That's a bit better.
Hello and welcome to the Bleed Tweezers channel, with myself, Alan from the channel, and with a rather special Rough and Blue episode here, as we have some guests. Please put your hands together, although we won't be able to hear you, for IDJester and Tony from Tony's Board Life. Hey!
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, fresh from the war room yesterday, and as a result of that, we've decided to do a rather unique live stream here of the solo game from GMT, Fields of Fire 1. There's two versions of the game, and we're going to be doing it co-op, and I don't think anybody's ever done that before. So this might be an original, a unique experience.
Well, at least not live. I know a few people have tried it.
Oh, really? Okay.
My friends, yeah,
Oh,
but they
okay.
haven't done it on video because
No.
they were using it as how to teach the game, so they did it co-op.
Sure.
Teaching.
And this, to a certain extent, is a teaching moment, shall we say? Ruff, you've had a little experience with the game a while ago.
Years ago,
Yeah.
first got it. That was the first
Tony
game.
and Jester, you have the game, but you haven't got beyond the shrink wrap.
This
much?
is my second
Oh, you have?
acquisition of this game. No,
Oh.
I purchased it, then sold it, and purchased it again.
Okay. Nothing like
I'm on my third copy, so
But it's nothing like being decisive, is there?
Yeah.
Anyway,
surprised you guys had me back after the last time we got together.
watching.
Going to run away with the victory points. Right, so we're actually doing a Vietnam scenario. This is Mission 1 from Fields of Fire 1 with the 9th Infantry in Vietnam. It's called Operation Ala Moana Part 1. The next mission is Part 2, but this one is Part 1. It's December 1966, and we are going to be flying into enemy territory, VC territory, and try and take control of the area we've been designated to take control of. And we've got myself as the company commander, and we have 3 platoon leaders, which will be my 3 guests here. Jester, I believe, he's taking 1st platoon. Ralph's taking 2nd, and Tony's taking 3rd. You may be able to see there's 2 screens up we've got at the moment with Vassal, and we've got the main Vassal board, and then we've got a window which is the helicopter control card on the right. This is where we start. We don't actually start on the board. We've got to fly in on helicopters. So we need to decide amongst ourselves who's going in first, because we can't land everybody at the same time. We don't have the ability to do that, or the space. Looking at the main board, we have a 5x5 grid of terrain cards, and the ones in red are unflipped. We don't know what they are. The ones in the sort of middle area, we do know what they are, and if we zoom in and just go through what they look like, they have various amounts of information. That it's effectively territory in the game, and you move from card to card. You can move orthogonal, up, down, left, right. You can also move diagonal, but you can't do like a knight's move. You can't go one to the left and 2 up or something like that. That's for your activity and also for line of sight. So you can only see diagonals or orthogonals in the game. Okay. If we look at one of the cards, we look at the rice paddy, which is the top left-hand corner. We've got the name rice paddy. We've got a slow, which is denotes the movement of vehicles. We have a big number with a plus. It's a +0 in the top left, and that is the defense modifier. So that's how much natural cover you have in the terrain card when you're there. We also have a border which is sort of white with sort of dots around it, surrounding the whole card. you'll see that all the other cards have the same, but this one is all white. All white means that line of sight goes straight through that card. You can see through that card. If it's green, it means you can't see through the card. As you can see from the rubber plantation next to it, that's all green. You can't see through the rubber plantation. You can see out and you can see in, but you can't see through. Okay, there are cards which that varies. That it's not all white or all green. Most of them are, but some of them have a little bit of a mix. Down the bottom, you have a little helicopter symbol, and that denotes that you can have a landing zone. In the game, there's 3 parts of the game. There's Normandy, Korea, and Vietnam, and you have different terrain cards for the 3 different theatres. This is the Vietnam terrain cards, as you say, Vietnam lowlands. This one has these extra icons, which are where you can put a landing zone if you wanted to, with the helicopter symbol. The other 2 is about generating cover in the card. When you do an order to seek cover, you will draw the number of cards equal to the sort of card numbers, which is the middle bottom number. It's a 3 on the rice paddy, and there's a little bush with a 1 on it on the bottom left, and that's the number of cover counters you can produce. So you can only ever have 1 cover counter in that whole card. As you'll see with others, they've got different numbers here. Also, as it's a bush, it means you'll have a natural cover counter, which is not brilliant. Further down, if you look down from there in the village, you'll see that it's got a little buildings marker, which means that you'll be able to find buildings which are a bit tougher. And they add on to the natural cover, which is the big number in the top left-hand corner. Okay, so that's a terrain card. What you'll also notice is there's a blue counter on top, which says potential contact question mark. There are three kinds of potential contacts, known as A, B, and C. A being the worst, C being the best. The question mark means we have no idea which one that is. What that denotes is if you move onto that card with some of your units, you may trigger a response, which may not be on that card, but will try and affect that card. So there will be some kind of incoming fire or some kind of nasty. But it's not automatic, and the frequency of whether that generates a contact or not depends on a few things: card draws, and then also the status of the game, how heavily engaged you are with the enemy already. The more you are engaged with the enemy, the less likely a potential contact will show up, because you're already fighting somebody already. And that's a status that can vary throughout the game almost immediately, depending on what we do and what the enemy does. And as you'll see, we've got 1 on each of the cards, except for the one in the middle, which has a different blue counter, which is the landing zone counter, a primary landing zone. So this is where we're going to land, and when we land there, we won't actually generate any possible potential contacts. That's open. Obviously, we've scouted that out, and it's free of the enemy. So that's where we'll be starting. The mission we've got is we have to clear of enemy and potential contact markers 12 out of these 15 cards.
Oh, right.
That's quite a lot. As you've got 5 by 5, that's 25 cards. So you've got to So out of the 15 cards, 12 cards you need to do out of these. Okay, what else should I explain? Fine. Back onto the helicopter control card. We'll see groupings of units, which are by platoon. Just above the landing zone text there, we've got the CO, we've got the XO, and they've got the first sergeant. That's the commander and his staff. And if you look, they've got a little symbol to the left of the helmet, which is either a G, an L, or a V. G stands for green, L stands for line, ordinary, and V stands for veteran. And every single unit of the game will have one of those 3 designations. Just for your information, the enemy will automatically have a V designation. They're all veterans. Just looking
Wonderful.
yeah. Just looking up to the first platoon there, we have the HQ. And you'll see just like the other HQs that we went through, the XO, the CO, and the First Sergeant, they have one yellow dot on the bottom. That's the number of steps in the counter. So each of these have one step. Then we have 3 squads of the first platoon, the third, the second, and the first. And each of these that's your infantrymen, the squads of infantrymen you have, and that's your main workhorse in the game. They have 3 steps, and as you note, they actually have some extra writing down at the bottom. On the bottom left, you've got an A/S, and then on the right, an L. The one on the right is range, and the one on the left is fire type. Okay, so they can do small arms or automatic fire. That's an A/S. And their range is long. There are 4 ranges in the game. There's point blank, which is the same card, close, which is 1 card away, long, L, which is 2 cards, and VL, which is 3 cards away. We've basically got everything going L, so we can get 2 cards away with our range, LOS allowing, of course. And then we also have 2 weapons teams. These are M60 machine gun teams, which are linked to each platoon. There's 2 of them. They have automatic fire and long as well. They are single step. They also have another number on the middle right. This is the number of ammunition they have. So they can fire 6 times before they run out of ammunition. And that only really counts for these main units, these automatic units, these machine guns, etc., mortars. Okay, second platoon, which Ruff will be commanding, which is got the blue border. First platoon is a red border. Exactly the same makeup. Third platoon, exactly the same makeup. And then if you look down at the bottom right, we have what I'm commanding, as well as the CO, is the 4th platoon, which is an HQ, which is green, and then 2 little squads. They're only 2 pips, 2 steps. This is actually the heavy mortar platoon of the company, but in Vietnam it was hardly ever used because the equipment was too heavy for helicopters, and so they were usually told to grab rifles and just be another platoon. So that's our 4th platoon there. Looking at the card itself, you've got 5 boxes. The brightly coloured one that looks like a terrain card, that is the landing zone. So that represents the village which is in the middle of our board. All the other ones are off the board. We have a pickup zone. That's base. That's where we start. We have inbound, which is the airspace going towards the landing zone. We have a loiter, which is a special place which we could occasionally visit if we're going to have problems with landing people and the stacking in the landing zone. And outbound, which is equivalent to inbound but going back. And as you can see, you've got the green arrows, which tells you go around in a sort of counterclockwise way to deliver the troops. We have sticks of helicopters, and they've got a little 3 in brackets next to their UH-1 designation, their Black Hawk helicopters. And the 3 is the number of steps they can take. So we need to load up our platoons. 1 is already in the air, so that's a given in the turn that you can start with 1 stick in the air on the inbound. Otherwise, the first turn is fairly boring. And then everybody else is the pickup zone. We've got 2 more sticks of UH-1s, and then we've got 2 heavy lifters, which is the Chinooks, which can take a lot more. Although we won't need too much of that, I think. A couple of things, little thing I've missed is at the top bottom left-hand corner are 3 forward observers. So there's the artillery forward observer, there's the mortar forward observer, nothing to do with the company mortars, and the forward air controller. So that's the guy who controls airstrikes. These are little teams in their own right, and they are able to call in support. For this scenario, we have the following support. We have 7 fire missions of 105mm artillery, 2 fire missions of 155mm artillery, 5 fire missions of 4.2-inch mortars, and we also have 2 airstrikes available. And part of the game is being able to call these things in. They're not an automatic thing, okay, but that's what's available for us. Okay, that's that card done, and we see what we. So our first thing we need to do is to sort out loading up. Now I suggest, as Jester's platoon has a slight advantage in his HQ is a line quality HQ, and everybody else's is a green. Might be an idea to put in first platoon first. Now we've got 12 steps to put in. Now note that the CO, the CXO and the first sergeant are their own steps as well, so there may be a need to muscle in. So I'm suggesting that I should come in on the first, so that uses up one of the 12 steps, which means that one step of first platoon will have to stay behind. I suggest it's probably one of the weapons teams.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So I moved a guy down. Let's just leave him behind.
Yeah. So if we take your HQ, put it on top of the squads, and everybody on top of the... And let's load it up onto the helicopters with me. Okay, we're already there, and we're actually in the air, inbound already.
Hold on, he's one of his weapons.
Oh, he didn't go, sorry. Yeah, just...
Well, I'm counting up the steps. You should be able to take... Oh, wait, never mind. Am I miscalculating?
That's 12, yeah. 4, 3 is 12.
Yeah, okay, yep, okay. Got it.
We've got a break. Just want to say hi to everybody that said hi in the chat.
Oh, yes,
Sorry,
of course.
we haven't... We're listening intently to learn it. So hello, everyone.
That's right. And actually, I've just realised I need to send out a tweet as well, which I haven't done. So just give me a second.
Thanks everyone for joining us. We do appreciate it very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully, hopefully we'll do everyone proud, and Alan will do a great job of teaching us. We know that.
Indeed.
It's how well we can learn is the problem.
Sure. No, I think you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Okay, so loading up the other helicopters. Now, you don't have to load up in the pickup zone until you actually move. So the move by helicopter is a particular phase. So at the instance of movement, when you're in the pickup zone, you're about to move, you can load up. Okay, it's not something you have to have previously done. But anyway, I'll leave it up to you guys. I think we should bring the XO and the first sergeant probably in each of the 2 sticks as well, and then everything else bundled into a heavy lifter. Yeah. Unless we want to bring one of the forward observers in early, but probably don't need to. Probably for simplicity's sake. I'm just looking. I think I've missed out a team actually.
Why is one of the helicopters got a sort of star behind it?
Where's that then?
In the pickup zone. The one on the top there has got a star in front, the star on it. The others haven't.
I don't see a star. What are you talking about?
I don't see it.
This one, hold on. This one here.
It's like a watermark. It's behind.
Yeah, it's behind. It's a star though, American star.
Oh right, okay, yeah, no, yes, no, I see what you mean. So this is a change between the first edition and second edition of rules. So in the first, so originally in Fields of Fire 1, you actually had flight leaders. So you had a commander of the helicopters. Okay, so
right.
And it accumulated its own command points, and you should hear. It's sort of simplified in Fields of Fire Edition 2, which is actually the company commander just runs it. So there's no need for that designation anymore.
They just use the same counters.
Yeah. So what you need to do is the CO had to pass orders to the flight leader, and then the flight leader gave it out to the helicopters. But they They've just missed that step out because it
Trying to
was
streamline that,
pretty
yeah.
automatic anyway.
Kept the
Okay.
old count.
Right. So let's just look at the play aids here, and we've got the turn sequence. So just bring that in, and it looks a bit scary.
Oh,
Okay. But it is quite, I mean, it's quite comprehensive what it says here. The first thing is that we have what's known as the, it's just behind this counter. We have the friendly higher HQ events phase. That's ignored on the first turn, so we don't have to do that. So there is, of course, a command structure above us, and above me is the CO. There's the battalion and regiment above them. And they may intervene and tell us to do something, or give us gifts, or just be a bloody pain in the arse and get in the way. So this is kind of like a random events phase, which the table changes per mission. So we've got a particular one for this mission. I won't show it to you at the moment. I don't think it actually has it in the module. But if you want to look for it, guys, it's actually under the mission in the mission book. The briefing booklet, if you actually look up the scenario.
Yeah, page 22 in briefing booklet 1 is for...
I've got
Yeah, I pulled it out. I tried to figure it out.
I've got page 38, actually.
Where is that summary? Is it in the rule book, or there isn't a handout for it?
That turn, it's on... Is it on the back of the rulebook? I think it might be on the back of the rulebook.
Yeah, it's on the back of the rulebook.
Yeah, it's on the back of the rulebook. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, for this one, well, hold on, let me make sure I got it right.
Yeah, it should be page 38, actually.
I don't have 38 pages.
In what?
On your
The
scenario
most
book.
I have is 36. I have 2 scenario books. I have scenario book 1 and scenario book 2. I
This
have
is
the
2.
Yeah, 2 for
Is it?
me.
I think. No.
Let me pull that one
A
up.
briefing booklet.
Briefing booklet, yep.
Number 2.
I got briefing book 1 and 2 as well.
My briefing booklet 2 only has the Nikon River Kriya is the Kriya book.
Okay.
So-
You've got Fields of Fire 2 then.
Yes.
I have the second edition. I have 1, but the second edition.
Oh, okay. Oh, they must have split it up then. Okay. Fine.
Yeah, there's
Sorry,
2
I've
briefing
got the
booklets.
original edition. So, yeah, it was all in one book. They've obviously split it up.
Yeah.
So apologies for that.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you
So
look up
if-
mission 1, Operation Ala Moana Part 1, and it's on the first page on the right side, friendly HQ higher events. But we don't have to worry about it for now. Then we have what's known as defensive missions, enemy activity phase. This is where the enemy has to have a go. However, we're on an offensive mission, not a defensive mission, so we completely ignore this because it's only for when we're being attacked, whereas we're attacking them. Effectively, who goes first? If they're attacking us, they go first. If we're attacking them, we go first. Then we go to the friendly command phase. Now, this is where all the commands and pretty much everything happens. It's almost like your action phase here. So the first thing we do is we will put activation markers onto vehicles that we want to activate. We don't worry about that for the helicopters. That'll come in later. Then we have an activation segment, and we start off with the battalion HQ impulse. Now you may have noticed we don't have a battalion HQ. If he's on map, he might appear and get in our way. He will activate and do things. If not, and it says if the BNHQ is not on map, activate the CO HQ. So this is where the company HQ activates. And when you activate an HQ, you draw a card. So the cards, the action cards in the game, here, they will have, I'll show you one and I'll reshuffle. You see the helmet in the top left? That is the number of command points that card generates. Okay, so at the moment, we would have 2 command points for the CO. However, we don't. We only have 1. The reason is because he's green. So a line will get that number, green will get 1 less, and veteran will get 1 more. So we'd only have 1 command point. Once the CO has his command points, he may spend them. Now, generally, he can spend them ordering anything he likes. forward observers, individual weapons teams, individual squads. But usually he's used to activate platoon HQs because he's the only one who can. Nobody else can activate a whole platoon HQ. So we normally spend that and activate a platoon HQ to do something. All right. Once the HQ has gone through, the CO HQ has gone through his activation command points, he can save some as well. He doesn't have to use them, although depending on green, line or veteran, there's a restriction on how many you can save. We then go to the platoon HQ impulse and then the CO staff impulse. So as this is the activation segment, anybody who's been activated can then do exactly the same as the CO did. They draw a card, look at that big number, modify it for their experience, and they have that number of command points. So you've got a hierarchy. CO activates platoon HQs activate their units. Okay. Now you can spend those commands on any of the units that you're in command of, which is effectively the three squads and 2 weapons teams assigned to you. Okay. At the end of the platoon HQs done, and any CO staff, so the CO staff, which is the XO and the first sergeant, they can go around effectively ordering anything about, but they can't order an entire platoon. They can order anything else they like, spending a command point to do it. And so it's a combination of the platoon HQs and the CO staff doing that. Now, if you haven't, that's everybody who's activated by the CO. For people who weren't activated for the CO, you wait till the next segment, which is known as the initiative segment, 3.3.2. So at that point, you can draw a card for each HQ that you have, and you look at the little number. So the 1 on the card we've got on display here. So you get a smaller amount, and 0 is a number. So if you're green and you draw a 1, you get a 0, you don't get any points. Okay. You can then activate on that number of points on your own initiative. All right. And again, you can save these points. You don't have to use them up every turn. The CO staff is slightly different. You don't pull a card for them. They just get 1 point. First Sergeant and XO just get 1 point. All right. Once those activations are done, you've got what's known as general initiative impulse. You then pull another card and you look at the little number, and that's a number of commands you can assign to anything you like, just on general initiative. So it's your little bonus extra commands that you can do. All right. Now to actually activate or command something, you need to be in communication with it. All right. This means that you need to be in communication by radio, and if we look at the helicopter card, you'll see there's a little symbol in the top left-hand corner of all the HQs, which has a little radio symbol. They actually have onboard radios, and everybody can talk to each other, no matter where they are in Vietnam. In the World War II and Korea scenarios, this radios are not very good, and it's quite a big deal about trying to get radio communication in those scenarios. Vietnam is much easier because these are much better radios, and anybody can talk to anybody. However, of course, the squads and the teams don't have radios, so they have to be ordered by what's known as a visual verbal, which means you have to be on the same card as them. And also, if there's a cover on that card, you have to be in the same cover. So you have to be able to see them, or they need to be able to hear you. So HQs can do a lot of running around trying to coax people to do things, and running around also is a command point on the HQ itself to do that. So that communication is important. There are a couple of other forms of communications, and these are known as pyrotechnics. So there are 3 main types of pyrotechnics in the game. One is smoke, and smoke is there to obscure things. One is white phosphorus, which also obscure things, but also can actually cause casualties, as it's white phosphorus. And the other one is coloured smoke and coloured flares. So coloured smoke is mainly used in Vietnam for designating a friendly position when you're calling in an airstrike. So usually if an airstrike's going to go into the enemy, you pull a coloured smoke marker in the card next to the enemy to mark effectively the target. And each of the the platoon HQs have a couple of coloured smoke markers. It doesn't matter what the colour is. And normally in the game you have little counters, but here in the Vassal you've got a little help here known as a property sheet. And as you see here, you can see that 3rd Platoon HQ has a couple of yellow smoke markers there, okay, which you can use. They're one use, and you can use that for designation. However, the CO has coloured flares. So these are, where we go, the property here, you'd see that we have, oh no, actually, sorry. Yeah, it doesn't actually have the coloured flares in that. You have to actually look at what was known as the command display. Now in the main game, this is where you put everything, because you don't have all those fancy menus you have in Vassal. So here you can see we've got some red and green star clusters and red and green star parachutes. Now you can designate whatever order you like for those. What I've done is I've designated red stars as ceasefires and greens as shift fires. So this is an order. You fire it up into the air. Everybody who can see it can receive that order. It's a special way of getting your point across. And shift fire and ceasefire are actually really quite important in the game. Basically what happens is if one of your units starts shooting at a card with the enemy on, they will keep firing until they run out of ammunition. And even if there are other things shooting at them, they will keep firing where they were meant to fire originally. And it's shift fire and ceasefire are actually very important in the game, especially for machine guns, because they'll use up the whole their whole set of ammo on one card, even if the enemy's no longer there. So those are the other forms of communication. Right, back to the phase. Once we've done the general initiative, it's then over to the enemy. So they have a random events phase, which is the higher HQ event, which you pull a card on. And for each of these, the ones that we do and the ones that they do, you pull a card and see if it's got an HQ with a little radio symbol on it. If it does, then you roll on the table. If it doesn't, you ignore it. Then you have enemy activity check. So every enemy that's on the board right now, we find out what it does. And there's a set of tables to go through to find out what they do. There's a sort of programming set of tables to do that. Then you have a mutual capture and retreat phase. So this is where you can capture the enemy, they can capture you. Or if you have what's known as paralysed or litter teams, these are effectively broken teams of men. They can either be captured or they could possibly retreat, and this is where you do them. Then we have the mutual vehicle aircraft phase. This is where vehicles and helicopters move. So in our first turn, nothing will happen, pretty much nothing will happen except for some commands, saving commands, until the helicopters move in this phase. And finally we have the combat phase, and then that with the activity activation segment, command phase activity segment, this combat phase is where the other half of the turn happens. Firstly, we update fire missions. So fire missions are artillery that gets called in, and we work out whether they stay or they move. Then we have a phase for evaluating potential contact markers. So for every card where we living with a potential contact marker, we resolve whether that is a contact, and if it is, where it is and what it's doing. And that's go through a set of tables which are set per mission. Then the combat effects. The combat effects is what happens to the enemy or us on cards which are being fired at. Okay, and then we have a clean-up phase, which we remove the pyrotechnics, the smoke, the clusters, etc., and other counters which don't need to be there anymore. Okay, And that's the turn. Then we go on to the next turn, back to the friendly higher HQ event. All right. So
Sounds okay.
yeah.
Let's,
Sorry.
hi to guys that have joined the chat and Crossing Obstacles asked, I think, is it first or second edition? It's the first volume, and we're using the second edition, aren't we, I think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that right?
Second edition rules, yes. That's correct.
And let's go Buckeyes, whatever that means. That's gobbledygook to me.
Yeah, okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's to do with somebody's t-shirt.
Yeah, I don't know what it means either. So
No, it's that Rounders game, I think, isn't it? They play over there.
yeah, maybe.
No, it's football.
Is it?
Sure.
You mean rugby?
Yeah, rugby. It's rugby.
Rugby, good,
Okay.
gotcha. Well, but football, of course, uses that round spherical object.
Okay, I won't go through the bits of combat until we kind of meet it. And let's just get going because everybody's watching, and yeah, I could drone on for hours. There's lots and lots of in-depth stuff in this game. So let's crack on.
First thing is we got to load everybody up on helicopters, right?
Well,
Yeah.
we had to load everybody up who's in the air now, which we've just done. The other guys don't have to until the vehicle phase on the first turn, because that's when they're going to lift off. We should take one stick at a time, because there's a limit of 16 steps which can be in a card at one time, and we're fairly close to that with one stick. We're sort of, what was it, 3, 6, 9, 12. So we can't fit more than one stick on the landing zone. So we do it sequentially. So there's it's like a little procession, a little parade
You got to
across.
drop off and then move off of that.
Yeah, indeed. So while this stuff is happening, the CO has to dedicate its command points to the helicopters as much as it can. If it has ones left over, then all well and good, and he can do stuff. If he has the right amount or less, he still has to spend all of those. However, the helicopters always move, so they're automatically activated, whether the command points are sufficient or not. Okay. Anyway, so let's crack on here. So we've got turn 1, and we've got the command phase to start off with. So as part of the command phase, we've got no battalion HQ on. It's just the CO. So therefore, I'm going to draw a card to see how many command points I have. I have 4 - 1, 3. However, there is a +1 as well.
Sorry, Tweez. I'm not
Yep.
seeing the card you pulled.
It's on action cards. If you click on the action cards button on the top, you'll see
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
It's Vassal again. You know me and Vassal.
No, that's
Right.
fine. So
Thank
so I would normally have 4 -1 because I'm green, but there is a +1 if there are no enemy firing. It's a state known as no contact. There's 4 states: no contact, contact, engaged, and heavily engaged. And basically, it gets nastier as I went through those. We're at no contact, and no contact gets you a +1 for your command draws. So I actually have 4 points. Now, I am going to activate, and can I do this on, yeah. So I'm going to activate these sticks. Now that would normally cost, was it 8 command points? And I've only got 4, but that doesn't matter. Effectively, 8 can move. All right. So therefore, that's my command points used up. I don't get to store any or do anything else with them. All right. And that's
This is for the company headquarters.
this is the COHQ. That's right. Let's get the player.
Here's his little token.
Where is he?
Is he with me in the
Yes.
helicopter?
Yeah, he's yeah at the top of the stack with the helicopters and the inbound box. Okay. Yeah, he's just sitting there. So
He can order any of the other headquarters.
yes, he's the only one that can order another headquarters to do something. Other people can order other units, platoon HQs, everybody in its platoon. The XO and the first sergeant can order any unit, but not a platoon HQ. Okay, that's the
The
hierarchy. how it works.
company headquarters activate the platoon head, the first sergeant and the.
Yeah, it can. He can activate them as well.
So?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So he hasn't activated any other HQ. However, those HQs exist. So therefore, we will go down to the initiative segment, and we can go to the platoon HQ impulse. This is 3.32b, in which each of the platoon HQs find out how many command points they get, because you can't really use them at the moment, but you could save them. Okay. Jester, do you want to do that? Just pull a card.
Drag your card over. All right. So I get 4.
So 4.
Minus, let's see. Hang on. Let me see if I can figure this out. Let me look at my. So my first platoon headquarters is L, which is line.
Yes.
So I don't know how.
That's no modifier. That's no modifier. Okay.
And then we have no contact, so there's a +1.
Yes.
So I should, and I'm looking at the big helmet.
That's right. Yeah. No, sorry, the small helmet, because it's initiative now.
The small helmet. Okay.
I didn't
so
tell
3
you to do
plus
anything.
1 would be 4, right?
Yeah.
So I should have 4 that I want to store up.
Yeah. Now, normally you'd use the command display. You'd use the command display to do that. What you can do is if you click your platoon HQ and pull the menu down, you can go to the property sheet and you could fill in the box on the commands available and commands saved.
Oh my god.
Can you see?
I just move a little token in the command display?
You could move the command token in command display, or you could use the menu off your counter itself. It's just in the vassal you can do that. So either way.
I just moved it up on the command display.
Okay,
I'm
so we'll
good
use
with
that. That's fine. No, that's great. So I'll just show that for everybody here. So yeah, so you've got 4 points there. Okay. Now, the maximum that you can save, if your line, I believe, is 6.
6?
Yeah. So you've got 4, and you store those, and that's going to be very useful. Okay. Now the other HQs can do the same. So Ruff, do you want to do your command pull?
Let me bring it across. Here we go. Oh crikey! So that's 1. Yes.
1 + 1 for no contact.
Yep. So 2. That's
2.
it. Yeah.
Yep. So just mark up 2.
And he's green though. Shouldn't he be -1?
Oh, that's true. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So no, you're right. It is 1. Thanks, Tony. Yep.
Hey, I'm great. I want to play it right.
No, that's fine.
No.
Yeah, sorry. I forgot. Yes, you're quite right.
Right. Yes. Only Jester's
1.
got the line.
That's right.
For 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've only got.
So in the command display, you can put the commands available onto 1 on the chart at the
1,
top.
because you can never go below 1. Is that right? If I remember.
No, you can go to 0. You can use them all up.
Can you?
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
when
What you can't do is you can't save above 3. So you can save a maximum of 3, but you can use as many as you want to, as long as you have them.
No. If you draw and you've got minuses, it can never go below 1 order that you are allowed to use. Do I remember that right?
I'm pretty sure you can get 0.
Oh my goodness! Don't say
Yeah.
that. So, right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Because you know me,
command points are the limiting things in this game. You will never have enough of them. And you'll always pull a load card just when you needed some command points to save a situation. It's a nightmare.
I sort of remember that happening from yonks ago when I first played it. Yeah. Okay, I think so. Yeah.
Tony, you want to draw yours? Again, you're -1 + 1. So you have 1 as well. And I'll draw the 4th as well. I have 2. The little fourth.
And that symbol, that HQ with the radio, is a symbol that the enemy has to draw, isn't it, to get their random event or something? Did you
Sorry,
say?
what was that?
The HQ with the radio.
Yes, yeah, that's the symbol you're looking. If you draw on the higher events phase, that's the activation for you to roll on the events table. That's correct. Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'll go through all the other icons as they come up as you need them. If I basically go through the card, the stuff we've been doing in the top left, that's all about command points. Then everything else down the left is actually the combat results table. And it's whatever the fire level is currently on the card for that particular unit, and then the result. So you just look across, and it's either a hit, a pin, or a miss. Where it says hit effect, depending on what the target experience is, you get either 1 or 2 results. And they can be C's, P, F's, A's, or L's. C's are casualties, somebody's dead, or 1 step is dead. P is paralysed, F is fire team, L is litter team, and A is assault team. So it's effectively you start to break up. The squad breaks up into these teams, and these are known as limited action teams. They're restricted on what you can do with them once they produce. And you need HQs to do rallying to try and get them back in order. You usually never have the time to do it, to be honest. And at the bottom, you have a randomizer. So when you need to draw on a table, which has a number of possibilities, you draw a card, you look at the number of possibilities in white, and then you look down to see what the actual outcome of that table draw is. So it's just a randomizer down the bottom. So if you were looking for an option of 2, a possibility of 2 different things, the first one would be the option it came up as randomly. And then the other box is there for all the other various icons that you're looking for when you want to do certain things, or things like HQ activation, and all the other activities where you want to do something. So that could be, it's a variable box there. Okay. Right. So we've done all the HQs. So we'll fast forward. There's no enemy to do anything with. So we'll go to the mutual vehicle aircraft phase, in which case we move the we'll move the helicopters, we'll move the stacks. So does somebody want to load up onto the second stick? I suggest somebody.
Yeah, Ruff, you go ahead. We'll just keep it easier that way. You go ahead, Ruff.
So one of these. Oh, I see. Hold on.
So you might want to leave one of your weapons teams behind and maybe give the CXO or the first sergeant a lift as well.
The CO, the XO and the first sergeant, yeah?
Yeah, one of those.
What's that classed as? There's still Jester's default weapon here.
Yeah, so he's actually in the pickup zone.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So you could take his as well and leave both yours behind. I'd suggest not, though.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Jester.
Take your own.
Right. So I'm how many steps is that worth in the chopper?
1. So it's each of the dots, the yellow dots on the bottom.
Dot, yeah.
So
that's 1 dot. That's 1 step.
For each one?
Yep. Well, your squads have 3 dots, so they're worth 3.
Yeah. You want me to take your XO and first sergeant? Yeah?
No, just one of them.
Okay, let's take the XO.
Okay.
You have 12 little dots worth,
yeah,
so you have to leave a dot behind.
Yeah. Put that over there.
So hopefully everybody watching is following this okay. It's a little complicated,
3,
but
9, 10, 11, and then 12. Is that right?
You've just taken Tony's, by the way, but anyway.
Oh, crikey, yeah. Sorry,
that's third platoon.
Oh,
well volunteered for Tony there.
I'm ready to go next turn.
You didn't say.
Rough.
Okay, so that's one. I've got to take your XO off of my. So take the XO off. Right, that was going on mine. Where's my XO?
All your blue things. You're blue. So
Yeah, I know.
look for all the blue ones.
There he is. Why's my platoon there? Why's my platoon HQ there? Anyway, right. Oh, stop moving. Who's moving stuff around? Right.
You are.
No, I'm
No,
not.
I was.
Oh,
was.
shut up. Right, so we're going to take the.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the first command breakdown.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So here's 12. How many have we got? 9, 10, 11, 12. Is it 9, 10, 11?
Yep, that looks good.
12. There we go. Right.
Stick them on top of your
And that
helicopters.
will go on there,
Yep.
and that will go on there. Right.
Yep. Okay. Now, so
I'll
you
get
move.
there.
You move to inbound, and Jester,
Better.
you move your stick onto landing zone.
Is over here, right?
Yeah,
To the left, right?
that's correct.
Landing
Yeah,
zone.
but actually, don't that landing zone is actually the village card, so you can take that entire stack and put it on the board in the
Okay,
village.
just move on. Okay, I was going to, and then I thought, well, if I do that, I could screw it all up. So
Yeah.
Bit like
we're
that.
landing in the village. Okay, here we
Yeah.
are, boys, in the village.
Okay, and as we unload from the helicopters, we should separate everybody off the helicopters, so the whole helicopters have their own stack.
Let me zoom in here a little bit so I can. All right, so we're get rid of the helicopter. How come I got 3 helicopters?
Well, you should have 4.
4 helicopters.
Yeah, because they're three steps each.
Right.
So yeah. Okay.
I get you.
And the activation
just-
goes on the helicopters. You activate helicopters. Okay, so yep, everybody's there in the village at the landing zone. Great. Okay, there's no combat, so it's next turn, turn 2. Now here we do draw for the HQ.
Friendly HQ.
Yep. Just where the hell?
That's going to be under the command display. No, action cards. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just flip over the action card. There's no HQ symbol in that icon box, so therefore nothing happens.
Right,
So we can ignore that now. Right. We're on to our command phase, and the command phase there's no battalion HQ, so the CO then does his commands. So how many do I get? I get 1. -1 plus 1 is 1, and I spend that on the helicopters anyway, so I don't do anything. Now it's.
I was going to say, do you remove the past activated markers?
Yes, you do. Sorry, you're quite right. Yes. Yeah, get rid
Is
of
there a
those.
button for that?
Somebody hit it because mine just went away.
Well, to be honest, if you keep them on, yeah, I did that. I just deleted it, but actually,
Oh, okay,
we just keep
sorry.
them on because I'm activating them anyway. Doesn't matter how many
Okay.
command points I have; they'll always be activated in this
okay.
assault. It's known as an assault plan, air assault plan. So we can also activate the 3rd stick as well. I didn't activate any HQs, so therefore onto the initiative segment, and you guys can pull command cards, action cards for your commands. Jess, do you want to go first?
All right, I got 2 plus 1 plus
That's it.
1 because of no contact, so I should have 3.
Yes. And
I had 4, but the most I can have is 6.
yeah, you can have more, but you can only save 6. So you'd have to use
Oh, okay.
that. But
So I can
so
go
now,
to 7. then.
yeah, but now you can order people because you're on the ground.
Right.
Okay.
We're gonna order them. We're gonna
Yeah.
move them out.
Okay, so now we are on to a little bit of etiquette here. Okay, so you have effectively 4 counters of troops to move, okay, to do things with. Now, you could move an entire squad to a card. That's one of the orders is move a counter. However, that will come into a potential contact area, and if it's a really bad one, you've just exposed an entire squad,
Mm.
which is a third of your platoon. It's quite a lot. So, generally, the etiquette is that you need to actually split your squad, and you do this with a particular command. Costs a command point, and the actual command is, looking it up.
So we're splitting the platoon up into companies.
Not count into teams. Into teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're splitting the companies up into teams.
That's
Okay.
right.
I-
So
Squads.
yeah. So that's a. I'm just looking for the actual name of it.
Splitting up's good enough for me. I know what you mean.
Detached team. It is. It is a rally action, and it's number. It's letter G. Detached team. So this, if you look at the, if we get the player aid card out, it should have it on there. Hopefully.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's on the.
Actions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, actions.
If
here.
you have the physical copy,
yes.
it's on the second page,
Okay.
on the backside.
Yeah.
Second page.
It's on the backside. It says action menus. I'd like a ham on rice. Ham on rice.
This. Oh yeah. So we need to get the rally. One. Yeah. There's I'm just getting the one in the vassal, which I can't seem to shrink.
Yeah, it's not everybody's going to have the game, I would assume. Isn't it?
Yeah, so if I just shrink that down. There. So G is detached team. It costs 1 command point. It's automatic. So if it says draw, that's how many cards you need to draw. And normally you need to get a particular icon you want to get the action succeeding. You'll see in others it's like 2 or 1. You'll also see a plus and a minus. So you get +1 card if you're a veteran, you get -1 if you're a green. If you're a line, you don't get anything. Okay. Originator, who's allowed to do it? Any HQ or staff. So you're a platoon HQ, you can do it. And it's against any good order 3-step squad, and you've got 3 of those. So you can order one of your squads to detach a team. Now that team can be one of 2 things. It can be an assault team, or it can be a fire team. If you look up under the pieces, under USA, if you hit the pieces button, and under USA, you'll see LATs and equipment. If you go to LATs, LAT is limited action team, and you should see a line of 1-dot teams. One's an assault team, one's a fire team. Okay, an assault team has automatic weapons capability, but only point range, so it can only affect what's on its own card. However, it is a line quality unit. You can put a fire team instead, which has only got small arms fire, but has an extra range. It's close, so it can do fire adjacent. However, it is green, and you have a choice about which one of those 2 you want to create from your squad.
I added an assault team.
Okay, you added an assault team. Great. And from whichever squad you need, you generated it from, you have to flip that counter over, and you'll see it goes 2 steps.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Taking a 3rd platoon there.
Yeah. So it's
And
on
for
its
some
2-step side.
reason,
Yeah.
this thing got switched. What the hell happened? I guess we'll just. I did.
You're doing fine.
Oh, okay.
What's the problem?
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's right. Okay.
You're okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So it costs me an action. So I go back to my command display and I
Yeah.
take it down to 6.
Yeah. Now you can order that assault team to go somewhere. Now I suggest
We're gonna
being
order
the
it to
CO.
go to.
possibly the village.
I think the village.
Yes. Now, interestingly enough, the village has this little sort of humpy kind of thing right at the top of the card. This little humpy icon with +2. That means it's got +2 height. So it's on top of a hill. And that means that you can see miles away. You can see a long way, and you can fire a long way. So that village is a very important place for us to hold.
Yes, it is. All right, so I'm going to order an assault team.
Yeah. to move.
Happened to mine.
Move to an adjacent card is a movement action, and that's letter A. It's the first one. So again, if I get the play aid out, let me go to movement. Move to adjacent card. Costs 1. Automatically successful. Any HQ or staff. And it's any good order unit not exposed. And the star actually means it could be a fire team or an assault team as well. So that's exactly what we're doing. So it'll cost you 1 command point and you move it. Now, when you move something in this game, it is automatically what's known as exposed.
They see you, don't they? It's horrible.
Yeah, so there's a menu thing here where you pull down, it says place exposed marker. So do you want to do that on your assault team?
Yep.
So a menu off the counter. Yeah, just
your markers.
No. Just the menu off the counter. If you pull the menu down,
okay,
it's just there. It'll automatically place exposed marker.
Place cover. Place label. Place exposed marker. Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
Got it. Okay. Now note that's got a -2, and that -2 is actually in as a combat thing. So you know your +2, which was in the corner for the village as your cover, you just blown it with your exposed marker. So you actually have a cover of 0 now. Now that will disappear at the end of the turn, unless it's replaced by something else. ... But it will automatically be removed at the end of the turn. So you are now exposed. Okay. There is a different type of movement in the game known as infiltration, which you can move, and it's not certain. You have to draw for it, but you can only do that if the card you are on is under fire, or the card you're trying to move to is under fire. As we've got no contact, you can't use infiltrate at the moment. You're just going to have to do a standard move. Now you need to decide if you're going to do any other moves or anything else.
I could also try to have him look for cover, right?
No. You can't. Because how are you going to order him? He's on a different card now.
This is bonkers. This is where it gets bonkers, Jester.
Yeah.
He's got a radio, right? No?
He doesn't.
No.
You have. He doesn't. He's just an assault team. He's just three men with automatic weapons, M16s. So you can't order him now because he's on a different card. So you can't do anything for him now. Unless you physically moved onto that card now with your HQ, and then you could order him to find cover. And that's exposing your HQ.
Okay. Well, I mean, I got to get my guys off the landing pad, right? Because other people got to land.
Indeed, that's right. So maybe you want to pick up another card, maybe, to send. The issue is he's going. Ruff is going to be landing, but again, you don't want to expose your troops too much here. So this is now a decision. What do you want to do? Do you want to get... he's going to be landing with 12 points, and you're allowed 16, so you'd have to only have 4 points left.
Get at least...
Now, you and me is 2 steps. The weapons team probably want to stay there's 3 steps, so all your platoons need to get out of the way. So maybe you do want to use them, but you do want to move them. But what you can do is known as a platoon move. So you can spend 2 command points and you can order an entire platoon to move, rather than doing it in little teams or individual squads. You could move to a good cover card, possibly the mangrove swamps, which look like the best place to be.
To the south? All right. So
maybe,
I will do that.
Generally,
first.
Generally the scenario, what you want to do with your platoons is give them sectors of the map. So rather than mix everybody up, because on command it's going to be a nightmare trying to command people, you want to say, right, first platoon is in, possibly here bottom left. Now you're in the village. Maybe you're going to the mangrove swamp. So your bottom left, that's your area of operation.
Sure.
And maybe second platoon is top left, or top left is a problem here actually, because we've got the rice paddy. Now the rice paddy is just death. That's a 0.
You said second platoon, didn't you?
Yeah. So you, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe top left is probably
see,
not the best place to be.
Sorry, I clicked on action card discarded. I didn't mean I meant to click on the action card one.
Okay.
Well, that's not what I meant to look at. I meant to look at command display. So I have 5 commands
points
available.
So you could do a platoon move if you want to get everybody off there.
I'm going to go bottom left is going to be first platoon. So I'm going to go there. And I'm going to expose marker.
Yeah.
2 actions. Makes it down to 3. And I'm going to do the same thing with second platoon.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's for the whole platoon. You're just moving squads, right?
Yeah. So
you can move the entire platoon, all 3 squads.
Oh, I see. I can move the entire.
Yeah, for two, you could move everything, including the weapons guy. But I think you probably want to leave him behind.
Yes, I will leave him behind. I got you. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move the whole platoon. Expose marker.
That's right.
Breaking this guy off isn't really the best thing to do then.
Well, I think it's the village is a very important place to capture. That's all. One thing it does do, and I've been remiss in not doing this, is it gives us a lot more view of the board. So the first thing is when we landed at the village, we could see through the rice paddy diagonally up. So we could see what the top left-hand corner card was. So we should flip that over. That's a rubber plantation. Now we're in the village. We should see pretty much a lot of the board actually. So that should be, we've got a gully canal there. We have a rice paddy there. Yeah, top left is not a good idea. That one there.
No.
We could also see
up
and down. Yeah, so the fact that we've got on top of that hill, village on top of the hill, we can see up and down as well. So we see that one brush and this one rice paddy down there, and also anything diagonal the other direction is that guy there. Some more brush. And that guy there. Another rubber plantation. And finally, I think we've got the guy to the extreme right. More rice paddy.
Why can't we see the one right at the bottom left, but we can see the one right at the bottom, right at the top left?
No night moves. So orthogonal or diagonal only.
So, sorry. Oh, I see. No, hold on.
From the village. From the village, you can either look down, left, right, or up, or diagonally left, diagonally right, diagonally, and extend those. So you can't do some kind of dog leg.
Right,
on LOS.
I got you.
Okay.
It's a Knigget move, not a night move. For those, it's a knight with a K.
Knight is always
a night move. That's in. Yeah. Sorry. All right. Yes.
Why then is someone going to knight move onto the rubber plantation?
Yeah, that's my question. Oh, because we can see the rice paddy.
Yeah, we can see through the rice paddy over to the rubber plantation from the village. Yeah.
Because of our village, we can't see through the village, through the grass, the elephant grass.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Indeed.
I got you. Yeah, me too. That confused me too, Ruff. So
that's fine. And as we're now in the mangrove swamp, we should be able to see the bottom middle card as well, because we're right next to it. It's another rice paddy. Okay, not actually bottom left isn't looking too hot either. Lots of rice paddies. We don't like them. Okay. So you
We
want
gotta
to save
clear
the
them
rest
all,
of your points?
boys. We got to do is
Do you want to save the rest of your points?
yes, that's more than enough.
Okay. So on to second platoon. You want to do your card draw?
Me, right. Yep, we've got another 2. Where's the... There it is. No, that's a tank platoon. Where's my... There it is. Right. So that's bringing me up to 3, if I'm correct. Yeah?
You drew a 2, yeah?
Yeah.
So plus
Small
one,
number.
plus 1 minus 1, so it's just 2. Yeah, yep, that's right. So bring it to 3, and 3 is the maximum you can save
Oh,
anyway.
I'm green, aren't I?
You are, but there's no
I'm
contact.
green.
There's no contact as well.
Oh, right. So it's just, yeah. So
So
that
it
is
is 2.
as in...
Great. Tony,
Okay.
over to you.
Yep, I got a 1, so it's going to be plus 1 minus 1.
Yeah.
So I move up to 2.
Okay, and my 1, I get a 2. I can only go up to 3 anyway to save. So, right. So that's the, and then we have the general impulse, general initiative impulse. So we pull another card, and we look at the little number, and we don't modify it for anything. So it's 1. So we now have the ability to order something without any hierarchy on the board to do something. Now, what I might suggest we want to do is either in the mangrove swamp or the village, get something there to try and seek cover and use their own initiative to do it.
So this is what you're saying, Jester, with 4, that your commander couldn't command you because you're out of command, sort of thing. But now you're taking it upon your own initiative. That's what it's sort of modelling. Is.
So I think as we've got big units on the mangrove swamp, I think one of the full squads in the mangrove swamp should try and seek cover, and possibly your first squad because it's veteran. What do you reckon, Jester?
He's gone off. Oh, I think he's gone off for a drink.
Oh, is he? Oh,
So
sorry, he's behind the.
We've been talking to an empty chair. Look, because there's a delay.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, because there's
He's
a delay
buggered
on the YouTube channel. We're not actually seeing what we're seeing. You've got the
It's,
delay.
So first platoon HQ was the first platoon commander has just found something interesting in the village.
Yeah,
And he's wandered off. Okay, so I'm going to take the initiative here as CO, and I am going to get the first platoon, which is this guy, and I'm going to get him to attempt to seek cover, which is a movement action, letter E.
Attempt to seek cover. Yes.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So cost 1, so it's 1 initiative, which is what we've got. You look at the cover number, and that's the bottom middle number, which is overlaid on like a hand of cards.
Cards, yeah.
So it's 4 cards we pull, and it's plus or minus. Now he's a veteran, so therefore he gets plus 1, so it's 5 cards.
5 cards, and he's trying to find what?
Trying to find cover. It will be bushes because that's a symbol in the bottom left.
Right.
Okay. So we pull 4 cards. Ruff, do you want to do it as Jester's not around?
You blame me. Right, here's 1.
And we have up the top a little word saying cover. So we have succeeded. However, whenever you're doing draws, even if you get what you wanted to, you always draw the number of cards you were meant to help the randomization. So this reshuffle there's a random reshuffle card in the deck, and it helps to get that through. So pull 4 more cards, but just ignore them.
1, 2.
Lots of cover there.
Oh, crikey, right.
Okay, done.
Yep.
So we've found cover, so we can click on that unit. And
There's a ton of cover cards there.
yes, we just burned through them. Lovely. Place cover, and this is ordinary cover. So that's what it looks like. It gives us an extra +1. However, it doesn't get rid of our exposed marker. That's still there.
When I first saw this, when I played this, I thought, what's a badminton? I mean, what they call them?
Hey?
Things you hit in badminton.
Shuttlecock.
The bird.
Shuttlecock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, what's the shuttlecock doing on there? But there you go. That's the mad Englishman. It's actually big 2 trees next to each other. Yeah, but if you look at it quick, it just
Yeah, I got you.
get on with it. Sorry, go inside my brain.
I'm now interested to see the badminton in the Olympics now, to see what the hell they're trying to hit now. They're going around smacking trees.
Two trees. Dear.
Right, anyway. Is he back? No? We've still lost him?
Yeah,
no?
sorry.
Ah, right, okay. Well, we've usurped your command, and we got your first squad to do a seek cover using general initiative. We had 1 general initiative order command point to use, and we used your first platoon because he's veteran. He was going to attempt to seek cover in the mangrove swamp. He succeeded. He drew 4 cards, +1 because he's veteran, and he needed to get a cover on the card in the sort of icon area. There's a little word at the top. It's called cover. If you find one of those, you found cover, and we did. So we put a little cover marker, gets him an extra +1, but it doesn't remove his exposed. He's just got a bit more cover, but that's permanent now, that it's there on the card.
JBX has asked, why don't soldiers attempt to seek cover automatically? Aren't they trained to do so? Yes, but you have to wait, don't you, to this general initiative impulse.
There's a difference between cover and effective cover.
Yeah.
So this is where the experience comes in, is maybe you're ducking behind something, but ducking behind something isn't going to help you when somebody's firing at you from a different angle, kind of thing. Yeah.
You've got to wait. You've got to wait to do that until you get your general initiative impulse.
That's right. Or an HQ's with you and tells you what to do. Yes, indeed.
They're not. Wait for that, haven't you? Yeah.
Okay.
So, leaving my HQ behind, isn't it going to be hard to tell my guys what to do now?
It would do, but on next turn, probably what the first thing you're going to do is spend a command point to move yourself, and then you can tell them what to do. But at the moment, if they're going to get fired upon, you don't want to be there.
Okay, so send your guys up, make sure it's okay, and then you drive up in your little Jeep and say, well, okay, time to move out, guys.
Yeah. You're just waiting there with your binoculars to see if that assault team you sent in is going to get their things messed about with.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
There you go. No, we'll go south.
Okay. So that's our general initiative. So on to opponent's turn. And opponent's turn, we draw a card for their HQ, their higher HQ, and we've got no HQ symbol on the card, so therefore we can ignore it. Then we go on to their activity. There isn't any activity. Then we go on to the vehicle phase, so our helicopters move again. So this is where Ruff's platoon will land.
So stop calling it a rough platoon, please. They're doing their best.
Slightly tarnished then.
Yeah. So right. So we now move
from inbound onto the card.
We can go onto the what do you call it?
Onto the village landing zone. Yeah.
Onto
also
the potential contacts.
Not yet. We don't do the potential contacts yet.
Okay.
Don't do them yet. Yeah. He may land in the middle of a firefight. Yes. And actually, to be honest, you should be on exposed. Your units will all be exposed as well. You should get off the helicopters. That's effectively a move.
Oh, okay, on the top. Okay, I got you.
Also, the helicopters that were there that delivered first platoon will be now moving to the outbound box of the helicopter control, because they lift off and leave while the other helicopters come in.
So I load up, then.
And you can load up, indeed. You might want to take the first sergeant with you.
Yeah, I don't know. There we go.
Right.
Okay, that's all done.
Good.
Why can't I?
Okay.
Gotcha. Right.
That's our. Yeah. That's the aircraft phase done. So now we do the combat phase.
Hold on, all my troops that have just landed are all exposed.
They're all exposed, yep.
Including the platoon HQ. Do we have a thing on the menu for that, or do I have to go
Yeah,
and
you
grab
can.
them?
Yeah. So menu off each of the
Control X also works.
Control X. Yeah.
Doing what? Control X.
Puts an exposed marker on each unit.
Control X. No, it does nothing. Right. Try that. Control X. No. I don't have any just experience. Place. There we go. Right, I've got to do it manually, boys.
Okay.
Carry on.
Okay.
Right. There we go. What about this Commander HQ and Commander XO? They need exposed as well?
Why have we got exposed markers on the 1st Platoon HQ and the weapons team? They shouldn't.
The ones I put on?
No. The ones that were already there, 1st Platoons. They didn't move.
I thought you said that when they got off the helicopter, they got exposed.
Yeah, but that was last turn. So they always that
Okay,
always
so
disappears.
they don't. Okay,
yeah,
so I
don't
can
worry
just
about
get
that.
rid of this. Okay.
Yeah. Only lasts for a turn.
Okay. Just pull those off.
Yeah. Okay.
Just delete them.
Suppose they've got away with it. If they would have been seen, they would have been seen, wouldn't they? So.
Right. Combat phase then. So we update fire missions, but there aren't any. Then we evaluate potential contact markers. Now this is a way in the game you can be a bit sneaky with the game. You get to choose. You could get to choose which potential contact marker you do, or you can be honest and you can randomize it, which particular potential. We've got 2 here, so we could nominate the village as being 1 and the mangrove swamp being 2, and we can pull a card and look under the 2 on the randomizer list and see which one. So I think we'll do that, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do it that way. Yeah.
So number 2. So mangrove swamp first, which is a bit of a bugger.
Okay.
We wanted it the other way around, actually. Okay, so this potential contact marker, we flip it over. It's a C. Great. They're the weakest.
So that's a low chance, right?
That's right. Also, there's a much better chance of it not actually being anything at all. Okay. So
Sorry, Squeeze. You only turn over 1 potential contact each turn.
No, we'll turn the other one over as well. But we're resolving this one before we get onto the next one.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
One at a time.
Yes. So the potential contacts. So let's see if it's in the play aids for everybody to see.
Probably in the briefing booklet, isn't it? Or not?
Potential contact draw. Yeah. So there is a here. So yeah. So A, B, and C, we've got a C. And you cross-index the type of PC marker with the state of the game at the moment. At the moment, we're on no contact. So if we cross-index that, it's got a number 4. So we draw 4 cards. Okay. Anyone want to do that? And what we're not looking for is the word contact on the card.
Oh, I've got it.
We do
Shall I
it?
do it? Yeah, you do it, Jester. Go on. It's your
The
guys.
first one says rally.
No, it's fine.
Second one is blank.
Yay. Blank.
Blank.
Let's cross fingers.
Rally.
Hey. Okay, so nothing. So nothing happened. That potential that marker is removed. Phew. Now we go to the village. Let's turn the village over. It's an A. Okay, if we go back to the play aids and we cross-index A on no contact, we have the word auto, which means we don't bother drawing, something's going to happen. Okay, so once we do that, we need to find out what is there. Now, the first thing we do is just move the potential contact marker away, but we don't remove it for the moment. We need to go to. I don't believe it will be in the vassal, because it's per scenario what these are. If you look on page, well, you've got the next page after the one we were looking at about the HQ events. In your briefing booklet, there'll be 3 little tables which are potential contact A, B, and C. Did you see that?
We've got to look through 2 booklets, haven't we? So I'm not sure.
Is it in
It's
brief,
booklet briefing booking 1 on page 22.
Thank you.
122? Thank you, Tony. Okay, we're doing Operation Ala
Moana Part 1, yeah.
Yep, gotcha.
So next page is the enemy information for mission 1, and you'll see some tables, three of which say potential contact A, B, and C. So we're on potential contact A table, and we pull out a card and look at the randomizer under 10. So somebody else want to do that?
Oh, Jester, it's your boys. So,
Yeah, Jester. It's Jester's field
All right,
goal, so he
there we
needs
go.
to pull that.
So,
the 10 is a 4.
a 4. So we look up 4. Oh dear.
Oh, ambush.
Ambush. That's a bad one.
They were waiting for us up on the hills, weren't they, boys?
yeah,
we have an
they do
ambush.
with it.
Okay. So what you need to then do is you have to flip a couple of pages back to the second page of the whole campaign, which is labelled VC Force Packages. It's actually 3 pages back from what we were looking at.
BC.
I got-
Fourth pages. Yep, got it.
Yeah, VC Force Packages should be the entire page. This table.
Yep.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we look at
page 19.
Yeah, we look at number 7, ambush. So it says place VOF/PDF. So now comes the acronyms in this game. VOF is volume of fire. This is effectively combat. A combat initiator is volume of fire. PDF is primary direction of fire. And it says yes. So we will place a PDF marker and a VOF marker. Okay.
Hold on. Where does it say place VOC and PDF?
VOF, PDF.
At the top.
On the top. Go to the top of
The
the
top
page.
of the second
gotcha.
column. Second column. We're reading
Great,
across,
yeah.
yeah? So there's a
Yeah.
yes under VOF PDF. So we will place those markers. Are the units spotted? No. This means we are going to be fired on and we don't know where they are. So we can't fire back. Here we go with the roller coaster. It says placement on adjacent cards, and then it says description. It says squad star plus RPG/B40 team undercover / squad star undercover / MG team undercover. Now the slashes means that they are on different cards. So you've actually activated enemy on 3 cards. One card will have a squad with a RPG team. One will have an ordinary squad, and the other one will have an MG team. So we need to actually place those. All right, so let's go to the pieces area and Vietnam. And oh, actually no, it's not there. It's under Vietnam units. There's a button at the top. There's a World War II units, Korea units, and Vietnam units. If you press that, these are the units you have. Okay, so right. So we have an RPG team. That's one of these guys. They're all the same, so that's fine. We can just pick that out. Have an MG team. They're usually all the same as well, so we can just pick that out. Where are the MGs?
Here.
MG, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we go.
yeah. MG. That's
And the
actually,
last one was just a squad.
That's actually an NVA. That's not.
Well,
Oh, these are all NVAs.
Are we VC or NBA?
Yeah, hang on.
Is our-
Yeah, we're VC. So, it's that one.
Yeah.
VC?
So
Okay.
Yeah, it's that one. The squad.
Uh,
Yeah, we just need to be a little careful with the squads because they're different. They're sort of randomized.
well, so is the RPG. So if you look at the, so if you do.
Oh, that's
the-
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
okay.
and take that one back there, and that will go there. If that's an M.
That's a squad. Yeah. No, that's
okay.
a team.
Or is that is that the machine gun team?
Yeah, we already got.
you
the
already got
finishing-
one.
We
You
all
already
got
got
one of
one.
those.
Okay, yeah.
So we need a squad.
Okay.
Squad.
So that'd be one up here.
Yeah. Okay. So that's just an ordinary squad with rifles. That's fine. But we have more squads, don't we? We have a second squad as well.
Oh, right. Because
Squ-
the first one
this
says
squad will go with the RPG. That
VC,
squad will be on its own.
says, here's the VC right there.
Yeah. So yeah,
1, 2, 3.
that's right. So these are on 3 separate cards. Now on placement it said on adjacent cards. However, you ignore that for the moment. You pop back to your mission, enemy information, where you got the potential contact marker table, and you go to the unit placement table. And for each of those units, or groups of units, as in the squad plus RPG,
I got you. Okay.
you
Right, you ready? I'm
you
gonna
you
pull
do a
some cards.
randomizer for each of those and read out what it says. Okay. So if you want to do the squad
Alright,
and
so
the
we have
RPG
the
first
squad, we have the weapon team, and then we have the RPG and squad.
together, yes.
So I'm going to put it squad 1, 2, and then 3. So we'll draw first to see which one we're doing, right?
Yep. Okay.
1, 2, or 3. It is a 1.
Okay.
We're going to do the weapon team up at the top, or I'm sorry, the squad up at the top.
Okay.
I will draw
Randomizer on
for randomizer, which is a 3.
The 3 is
Right
right.
front at max line of sight.
Okay. Front is. Imagine that you're actually at the bottom, standing at the bottom of the board. So front is the top of the board. So he will be. Now note it says at max LOS. So that's maximum line of sight. So he won't be in the rice paddy. He'll actually be in the brush. So that squad will be there. Can you see him now in the brush?
Yep.
Okay. So let's look, and what we do. Is
Where is this guy?
so
He's 2 cards up from the village.
yeah, because he's right front. So the front is
Right.
Right, he's on the
Oh,
right
so
hand.
right front. Sorry, right front.
Yeah.
Not just front. Right front. So
Yeah.
right front
Front
means
at
that
max.
he is. He's actually at the rubber plantation. Then he's here.
No, it's, yeah.
So yeah, well done. Thanks for catching that. So he's there. Now, one thing we need to do is we've been told that we have not spotted him. Okay, so we'll take that potential contact marker A. We'll flip it back again on the question mark, and we'll stick it on top of him. Or near him, kind of thing. Okay, so we can't see him, but he can see us. All right, and the next thing we do is we will put a PDF marker. So that's marker PDF VOF. There we go. PDF marker. So we put a PDF marker. He's firing into the village because that's what triggered him, and we will reorient this. Control comma. All right, it's a weird one. Control. He's firing this way. Okay. Now let's see where everybody else is. Let's randomize for the rest. See where they're coming in.
Right, so we have 1 and 2 left. Let's figure out which one we're drawing for. So we're drawing for number 1.
Okay, that's the
And it is
weapons
going
team.
to number 3 again, same location.
It will not be the same location. These guys are spread out because there's a slash, so you need to redraw.
Right, redraw. Number 10 again. Number 9.
Number 9 is left
Left
front.
front at max.
Okay. So that would normally be the rice paddy, but this is max LOS. But what we actually do is that we go beyond the rice paddy. So we will draw a terrain diagonally above the rice paddy. So we do that. Can we see it? We should be able to see it. So
Left.
we flip it over.
It's front left, though.
Yeah, left.
Oh, another rice paddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's another rice paddy. Okay. Now he is a weapons team with long range. So he can shoot 2 cards. But 2 cards is still rice paddy, so he will go there. So
Yeah,
he
on the
goes
rice paddy. Yeah,
on the
I
rice
got-
paddy there. All right. And he will place another PDF. Let's just clone that.
And PDF stands for
Primary direction of fire.
right.
Oops. Okay.
Just know there's fire coming in from over there.
Yeah. And you
somewhere.
always place that next to the card that's the target. Okay.
Mike's in the house.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, we'll have to do all the VA F5s, but we're just going through placement now, Mike. But thanks for that. Yeah. Okay, so we need to find out the third group where they're going.
All right. Let's see where they're going. They are going to number 1.
Number 1
Per
is
package.
package table placement. Okay, if we look at where it said back on the force packages, the placement it said was on adjacent cards. So it will be on an adjacent card, and we randomize to see where. Okay, so it will be one of the adjacent cards.
All right, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8
8.
adjacents.
So let's do a randomize. So we go from the rice paddy.
Or 6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So elephant grass below the village, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. So we move those guys on there as well. Wardrobe, hi. Can this be played cooperative or strictly? Well, we're trying to play it cooperative. So this is what we're trying to do. And normally it's solo. We're kind of manipulating things, so we are playing. Okay, so they're there.
We need another one of these.
So we need potential contact markers as well to cover these guys. Because again, we can't see them.
And rotate. Rotate, 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 rotate. There we go. Then we need potential contact marker.
Yeah. So just get one of those from the pieces. There's a PC markers button at the top.
What do we use for the actual game then? There isn't no, there aren't any no contact or.
There is.
counters.
So if you look at the, I think what is it called? Current activity button. So if you open that, there's just a little window with a plus or a minus. Currently it's no contact, but it's going to be
Right.
It's going to be contact now because we have one card being.
Where
being
where
hit.
do I get that marker from?
What the potential contact is? There's PC markers button at the top.
Yeah, I got pieces, and I'm under markers.
No. There's a button at the top of the module called PC markers.
Next to the action cards, it says
Yeah.
PC marker.
Oh, I got you. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, so I just grab a couple of these. All right.
Yeah.
Not see that button. Okay, and
yeah,
then
just
they
stick-
will go on top of these guys. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
And also the guy up in the rice paddy, the weapons team. Okay.
Right. Got it.
Yeah. Now a few other things we need to do. So everybody was undercover, and we look on the mission where we were looking at the enemy information, the potential contact, and we look up to where it says mission details, right in the top left corner of the. And one of the things it says cover marker, and it says foxholes. This means these guys are all in foxholes. So we
Where did you see this?
so
No.
it's is it page 22, Tony? So mine's different.
Yeah.
Just the same pages with the potential contact and the placement tables. If you look at the top left-hand corner of the page, there's mission details,
Oh, yeah.
and the fourth line down the bottom of that little table is cover marker foxholes. Okay. So with each of those guys, we need to put a foxholes counter as well.
I don't see that.
Okay.
Oh, Tony, look.
So mission one, enemy information.
Okay, that mission detail. There's
Yeah.
another mission details on the page on the top. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. My good.
Yeah.
I got it now. Cool. Thanks.
Okay, so we place foxholes on these units as well.
Okay, I'm missing it though.
It's right up above. We have potential contact A, ammo, and then emission details. It's on page 23.
23.
Little weenie table on the top there.
Yeah,
Top
it's
left.
the enemy information, mission details, not the not mission details for yourself.
Mission details. Okay.
Go down to cover marker.
And then foxholes.
Yeah.
Veterans experience, or I'm sorry, experience is veteran, tactics is delay, and hierarchy is defensive. Okay. So these are kind of outlawing what the enemy
Yeah.
plan is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So effectively, we've triggered a huge ambush, and we're waiting for us for the village. So it's really good.
And I didn't want to go up there. I did not want to go up that hill.
You were-
I
you were
remember
ordered.
someone saying, "Oh yeah, we should send a squad
Okay.
up or a little team up there. This is going to be great. We'll be able to see for miles and miles."
Yeah, and you saw lots of bullets coming at you. Okay, so the other thing we need to place is VOF markers, but there's a good side to this. There is a good side to this. So the rice paddy weapons team, which is off the top left, it's firing through another rice paddy to get to us. However, there's a potential contact marker on that rice paddy intervening. Now that's an illegal position. The enemy would not fire through something through a potential contact marker. So that actually is removed. We remove that potential contact marker. It doesn't happen. Okay, so that's a good thing. So it's cleared the card for us. That's a bonus we get out of this. Now comes the pain. So it said place VOF and then also PDF. So we place the PDF. We don't place one by the weapons team and the rice paddy, so we don't put one there. Whoever put one there, it's only adjacent to the target card that we put PDFs, even if there's a shot from range. Okay, so in the village we have automatic weapons coming from the rice paddy.
Mhm.
We have automatic weapons coming from the squad. And I suspect we have small arms coming from the elephant grass. So normally you can place all those VOFs, but normally you only place the most deadly. Otherwise things can get very, very crowded. So the most deadly is automatic weapons. So we go to the VOF markers, which is in the pieces area under markers VOF, and we find the VOF for automatic weapons, which is this, and we place it in the village. So there is a volume of fire of -1 on the card at the moment. That affects everybody on the card. However, that's not the end of it. We are being fired at from 3 different directions. So if you are fired at from different PDFs, you automatically qualify for crossfire. And this is for both sides. So we can create crossfires, but they've created a crossfire here. And that is this counter, which is another -1. Okay, so that's our current status, is that team is exposed in the village, and it's under automatic weapons fire on a crossfire. Okay, and this will happen now in the combat phase. We'll find out what happens to that card. All right. So just head back to the sequence of play. We've resolved all the PDFs. The potential contacts, PCs. Yeah. Now we go to the combat effects segment. Okay. For any pinned vehicle or infantry units, remove the pin markers. There's nothing that at the moment. For each infantry unit on a card with a VOF marker, resolve any flame attacks, determine NCM, which is net combat modifier. Draw an action card to determine if the fire is effective. Okay, and then if the unit is hit, draw another action card to determine the hit effect, and then adjust VOF PDF markers as needed. So we only need to do that in one place, which is the village. So we need to calculate, there aren't any flame attacks, so we only need to calculate the net combat modifier. So you start off with 0, and then you count up all the red and the terrain markers. So we'll start off with the terrain at +2 for the village. So we're currently on +2. We're -2 for being exposed, so now it's a 0. We're a -1 for automatic weapons, so we're a -1, and we're a -1 for crossfire. So we're actually on a NCM of -2. That's not very good.
Not good, no.
We then draw a card. Jester, you want to do it? It's your own guy. And we look at the table on the card.
Section. The hit.
So look at -2 on the hit, and it says hit. It goes from -4 up to +6. If it's beyond that marker, you go to the limit and stop. So you won't go to a -5 or something like that. The -2 is a hit, so it has been hit. We then draw another card to check out the hit effect.
This guy, if I recall, is line units.
Yeah, he's an assault team, so he's
So
automatically
we're going to
line
look at
quality.
the line unit.
And
the line unit is PP.
PP. So P is paralyzed. So what we do is we take him off the board, and then we replace him with a paralyzed team marker, which is looks like this. So he is effectively hunkering down and is trying to, he's basically broken. Okay, so you will need to rally him to bring him back. He's now green. Also, because you got a hit on the target, he is automatically pinned as well. So what we do is we take the exposed marker, and hopefully oh no, doesn't. No. So in the game, the exposed marker on the back is a pinned marker, but it doesn't seem to be the case here. So we have to replace it with a pinned marker. No, that's a volume of fire marker. That's not the right one. Okay. If you go to the paralyzed marker, I think you might be able to place pinned. Yeah. So from the paralyzed marker itself, you can place pinned marker. Control P.
There's a pin marker. Have you got a pin marker? I've got one.
PR pin. Place pin marker. There we go. I can just delete this one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
He's pinned. He's paralyzed.
He's pinned and paralyzed. Yeah. So.
And what happens to the actual unit?
That's just what the assault team. It just delete the counter because he's now a paralyzed team. He's been replaced. The counter gets replaced.
So
assault teams are just
like
generic.
Really there?
No, he's still there. It's just in a different state. So it's still the same team, but they've effectively hunkered down and they don't want to move, and all the bullets are flying around them. At the moment, they're pinned down and
But
they
the
don't
actual
want to move.
counter gets moved off, though, right?
Yeah, I just deleted the assault team because it's just been replaced. You replace the counter. Okay.
Yeah, that assault team has been replaced by those two counters. Is that right?
Well, by the paralyzed marker, and the pin marker just comes along with it because it got hit. Okay.
Right. So the assault team has been replaced by the paralyzed marker.
So
right.
So until you rally him, he is going to be paralyzed for the rest of the game. He ain't going to improve.
Not
Okay.
going to do anything.
But he
Alright.
may still be targeted, though.
I'm hoping Squad 2 will come in and take, or Platoon 2 comes in and rescues him.
No, I think it looks quite nice over at the elephant grass there, over in the west, the east rather. Yeah.
This is going to be fun. Right. So that's our combat done.
Crazy, isn't it? This game is brilliant.
Yeah. So all we need to do is clean up. Now the vassal actually has a button for clean up, which is great. So we just hit that, and hopefully all the exposed should disappear, and they do.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yeah, they do.
And
Cool.
the activation markers. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Well done, whoever programmed this. Right, and that's turn 2. Right.
All right.
Let's have a look at turn 3, and we have our HQ. Oh, damn, wrong button. Let's see if there's an HQ event. There is not, so we're on to the command phase. So card draw for my CO is a
here we
reshuffle.
go.
So we need to reshuffle the whole thing and draw the card again. And we have 4. Now, there is no longer no contact. We are now in contact. Contact is defined as having 1 card under volume of fire, which we have. Engaged, I think, is 2 or more cards. And then heavily engaged is 2 or more cards and actually sharing a card with the enemy. Okay. So we're in contact now. So I don't get the +1 for that. But I still get the -1 for being green. So I only get 3 points. So my command display, I get 3 points. However, I'm still directing helicopters here. So I don't get anything again. I'm just directing helicopters. So I will activate the returning helicopters. The helicopters which are in the landing zone.
And that
the
just takes
helicopters coming.
1 activation, or it takes all your points?
It'll take away. It's per helicopter. So yeah, it's going to take all my points, and it doesn't really matter how many points I really had. They were going to be chewed up. Okay. So that's my turn. So unfortunately, everybody's still on initiative. Have we? Oh, we haven't been tracking the staff commands. Actually, they've been going on initiative, and they should have had 1 per turn. So actually, the XO should be on 2, and the first sergeant should be on 2 as well. Okay, initiative. First platoon on initiative. What have you got? What have you got? What are you going to draw?
3 + 1 - 1 is 3.
There's no +1 for no contact. We're on contact now, so you lose that.
Yeah.
So I just have a 0.
A 0, yeah.
That would be 3. Yeah, still 3.
Still 3. Okay, so you have 3 points on your command display.
All right.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I didn't order you do anything, so it's up to you.
So first platoon, I'm moving up 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. Well, we can assume south of our location landing zone
Yeah.
for all the platoons, that's safe, right? That is safe. down
Mangrove
there.
Swamp is safe. Well, probably. There's nothing to say that a potential contact could appear on your card due to a different marker. So remember when we had the village and we drew exactly where the enemy appeared? They could have appeared on Mangrove Swamp. It's just that they didn't happen to. So it's clear as in you won't trigger anything, but it's not clear as you'll never be fired at or somebody might appear. So just, this is the VC. They appear
Alright.
out of anywhere.
I'm going to take the platoon headquarters
Yes,
and move him directly south to where all the platoons are.
right. And you mark him
That's
exposed.
going to take me 1 command point.
Yep.
I'm back down.
Cruisers.
Yes.
Mike put a comment that the helicopters, you don't have to spend command points to activate helicopters once they're activated. They'll continue on the run without needing any more commands.
For the turn. I thought. Let me check. Air assault planning.
Boom, boom, boom. I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Because you're telling the guys, okay, go drop these guys off at LZ 297, and they just go to 297. They don't need another order.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yes. You are getting some good comments, please. You know, people. You know, well, what a great shooter you are. You know,
Right.
don't let it go to your head.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, you're doing great.
Yeah. So
What do you guys think so far about this game, Tony?
I'm definitely going to be playing it more for sure. I definitely am enjoying it.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't done anything, I like it because I'm watching it being done, and it's making me want to learn it even better.
So far, for me, it's still a little confusing on everything, but I think after a couple more turns, things would be better.
Are you clipping counters?
I'm clipping counters as we speak. But I am not just clipping any counters. I'm clipping counters for Fields of Fire.
Well, that's what I
is it all right?
I wish I'd got clippers when I got this game, but there we are.
I got little squads already getting clipped, so I'm gonna be ready to. I got a fire team ready to go here.
It is a fine.
Hey, Tweezers, he said it's just something Ben has cleared
up.
Oh,
it's per area, actually. It's not per helicopter. I don't think it would have made any difference.
Yeah, but so he's saying that it's just you only have to activate it once, and that's it.
One command activates all helicopters on any one map LZ card or area of the helicopter control card. Fuel limitations force the aircraft to move. Helicopters in the inbound, outbound, and loiter must move. Blah blah blah.
But you don't need to activate them anymore. Like, you don't have to activate them each turn.
I don't know where you get that. You don't have to activate them each turn bit from.
He said Ben had cleared that up.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Oh right. I'm just reading from the rule book. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Fine.
He said he.
Well,
probably one of the things
the
that's
CA
not
will
clear either way.
The CA will come in next turn then. Don't worry. Carry on as we are. Carry on as we are.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so that was one action to move my platoon leader down. Now,
yes, you need to mark him exposed.
I know that there's somebody adjacent in the grass, right?
I'll mark you exposed. Yes, but you don't know where they are, so you need to spot them. Okay, so you need to order somebody to go and look. Not go, but have a look. Okay, so that is.
So I should probably.
That is an order.
Get another assault squad out of here.
No. Well, firstly, no. You can spot him because he's an adjacent card. Okay, so you just need to do a spot action. Okay. Attempt to spot.
Or combat action A.
Combat action A. Attempt to spot using spotting modifiers. Yes. And that's a draw of 2. No modifier. So this is where greens are as good as veterans here. You draw 2. And it's any good order unit, and you need to order it from your HQ.
Okay.
Okay.
So, do I want to have? It
doesn't matter who you order,
or one of the squads, or just
no. The HQ doesn't do it; it orders somebody else to do it. So it'd be one of your.
So
squads.
It's going to order somebody.
Yeah.
Does it matter if it's a 2-step unit or 3-step unit?
Doesn't matter what it is.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay.
So just so we get. I have my line units. Second.
It doesn't matter on there. It doesn't even matter their experience either. So it's just 2 cards. It's always 2 cards. And what you're looking for.
He's got one.
Oops. says contact.
No, contact isn't what we're looking
Nope.
for. We're looking
Looking
for.
for the
looking for
binoculars.
We're
Oh, spot.
no, not the word spot. We're actually looking for a crosshairs in the middle of that area.
We'll get one.
Sorry,
Across
Jess.
the-
All excited. I thought you'd seen them.
I didn't see what they. I think the first one didn't have one, and the second one didn't have one, so you failed.
Neither one. Nope.
Okay, you could.
Okay, so we don't see them.
Yeah. Well, you could order somebody else to have a look as well.
Does that use up that unit's activation?
No, you just own it. A unit
You
can
can just do it again.
The only
I can
thing that
just-
a unit can only do once of is move.
Okay. It cost me an activation point, so I've got
Yeah,
how many
command
left?
point, yeah.
4 left. Okay. I mean, maybe we just go in and assault these guys.
You can't. You don't know they're there. You won't be able to see them. You won't even be able to fight them or fire at them. You can't. You have to spot them before you can do anything to them.
All right. Well, let's
Sorry,
spend another.
Sorry, Jess. Just is it in this game, or am I getting confused with another game? Probably that. But if you order the same unit to do, or the same squad to do something again, don't they do it with more vigor or something?
No, there
Was
is there is an order known as exhort, which is effectively allows you to pull an extra card on an order.
Yeah,
that
Mike
costs you
just
one.
put that in there actually, in the comments.
Yeah,
He put it for-
yeah.
Yeah. So you
I
yeah
can look at it. Oh,
All
there
right.
it
yeah you can't
Got
order
a
it.
crosshair. Got a crosshair. I drew 2 cards. I got the first one. Got a crosshair.
Yeah, and exhort is So I need to check this, but maybe it's you can't order something to do the same thing twice. You have to use exhort, which is only 1 card.
What was going around the edge?
Yeah. Hang on.
Well, I would just order a different squad to do it.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
So
Yeah. No, you can't. You can't order it to do the same thing again, but you can order it to do exhort, which is pull an extra card on that same order, which costs a thing. But yeah, you order another squad. You found a crosshairs, yes?
yes, I found
Yeah.
a crosshairs.
Okay, so that's in the elephant grass.
All right.
Where?
So now we know what it is.
So the potential contact markers go away. I somehow can't click them. I don't know why.
Can't either. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry.
I just move them off to the
damn.
side then.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're both in the same foxholes. Okay, and you can see them now. Now, what happens is that anybody who can see that card that is American will now open fire because they've spotted them. That includes your guys. It includes the guys in the village, and anybody else who can see them, that's just about it. So
Just a mental picture of just there they are, and everybody just starts firing like.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
everything.
Let's get rid of these
Right.
potential contact markers out of the way. So we place PDFs. So
We can put PDFs on their stuff now.
yes. So and it's what was it? Oops. That's it. Oh, no.
So even
Potential
though
contact's still there.
So even though Jester's squad in the village is paralysed and pinned, they've still got a PDF.
No.
To do they?
No, they
Right.
can't fire. The PDF is going the other way. So the PDF, there
yeah,
can be
no,
2 arrows, but yes.
No. Because you said everybody can fire, but they can't fire because they're paralysed.
Indeed, yeah. Anything that could fire that has a fire letter on their card. So the paralysed has no fire letter, like your HQs don't. So HQs don't fire.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so everybody's firing automatic. Okay, so we've got an automatic weapons volume of fire, and we've got a crossfire. One thing I forgot to do last turn is the MG team in the rice paddy. They would have actually used up an ammunition by firing. So I've just adjusted that. And that's what will happen with our weapons teams as well. And that's all of them.
That's just weapons teams. So automatic and small arms don't use up ammo, do they?
No, that's right, yeah. Yeah, so the A/S, I think it's the distance that you're going is whether it's an A or an S. Let me just check that. I'm pretty sure that's the thing.
So if I was to, I'm just thinking out loud. Just tell me. I'm just trying to get the tactics behind this game.
Yes.
So if I was to break off a little squad, an assault squad, and move it onto that, would everyone continue to fire at it, or would they all stop? Or
Okay, so if you send somebody in there, it's very likely that they would stop firing outside their card and would be firing inside their card. So they would fire at that assault squad. However, they still would. I mean, they might do other things as well, but it effectively causes the guys in there, the VC guys in there, to stop firing outside their card because you've got something in your. One of you is in your card. That's very likely to happen. Yes.
yeah, I might like that, right? We might want to do that.
So other things that could happen is we could call in support. Now, unfortunately, I can't do that. Platoon
Where's our mortar
HQs,
team? Is it still in the helicopter?
yeah, the board team's not here. However, our off-board guys, so the artillery, the big mortars, and the airstrikes are available. We don't have the forward observers. However, normal HQs and platoon HQs can call them in. They're just not very good at doing it. So you could, as a platoon HQ, try and call in a fire mission onto that hex if you wanted to.
I'm down to 3. I want to save my 3 in case I have to get my guys out of there or whatever. So,
Okay.
you know what? No, can I? Even though my guys are shooting, we're talking about the mangrove swamp just south of the LZ. So I got most of my guys in there.
Yes,
I tell all these guys now to start looking for cover.
you can. Now, what you note at the moment is you've got one unit undercover. Okay, and your HQ is not undercover. Right. Your HQ is not undercover. That HQ cannot order that unit because you're not under its cover marker. So the visual verbal doesn't work. It's almost as if it's on a different card, all right? So this is where the difficulty of control happens when you start putting people under cover. But just to note that you can't actually order that guy at the moment without you moving under the card. And you can move within a card several times. It's only when you move from one card to the other you can only do it once. But yes, you can order those guys to go into cover as well.
Do I got to individually tell each platoon to look for cover, or is there like a group thing? Everyone look for cover.
No. Well, you could, and well, I could have indicated some kind of pyrotechnic, which you say everybody seek cover, whoever sees this, but we haven't done that. So
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend one more command. I'm going to go down to 2. I guess I'll go up there at the top. I'm going to tell. Okay, I'm going to tell second squad to look for cover.
Okay, and cover is in Mangrove Swamp. It's 4 cards.
Okay.
And it was second squad, was it? So they're line. So therefore there's no line fire. Yep. So it's just 4 cards.
4 cards.
And you're looking for.
I'm looking for the word cover.
Yep.
It's covered. Yay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I had 2 covers, a contact, and a rally.
Yeah. So you only need 1 cover. So you get to place a cover marker on him then. A different one. Now you can stack units under different cover markers, under the same cover marker, but you start to have problems with overstacking because it's almost like its own little stack area itself, and you could get negatives when fire comes in. So you do like to spread your guys out
This
under
is
cover.
+1 there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I am done. I'm going to save my other 2 orders,
Okay.
and
Rough.
let's see what Rough can do.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Second platoon. He's gonna walk the other way, isn't he?
Yeah. So, war. Where are we? So, what would be best to help out? I know it would be best to help out, or go off
Well,
and
you
look.
could spot the guys in the rubber plantation.
Well, what's on the plantation?
That's just
Yes,
north of you,
we'll do
yeah.
that. Yes, we'll do that. So, where are we? That's
It's north of the LC, right?
Oh, I've
Yeah,
got to draw a
that's
card
right.
first.
North. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to draw a card still.
Card, yeah. Here we go. Oh, for goodness sake.
That's
One.
a 0. No, it's a 0.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Got anything saved?
Thanks, Tony. Yeah.
Got some
Well,
Hey,
saved.
I'm in the same spot, so don't feel bad.
I'm trying to look for the what's it called? The blooming
Command display.
yes. Where's that?
It's right next to the update fire mission.
okay.
Second. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I've got at the moment
3.
3.
3 commands.
Blimey.
Yeah.
So I need 1 to spot.
To order something to spot. Yes.
Yes, we're going to order the we'll order the first platoon to spot. So that's hold on, that's 1. We'll give it crowded here. 1's frozen. I've frozen, guys.
You've frozen.
Can you hear me?
Frozen?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
In Vassal?
Yeah. It won't let me move it. I've moved it halfway, and it won't let me clear that command display.
Look for an X in the top right-hand corner.
Got it. Yeah, no, that's it. Now I can move it. No, it's just for some reason went glitchy. Now it'll do it. I had
Okay.
to click off. I had to click off the command display. There we go. Right. So, first platoon. 2 cards. Yeah.
It's always 2 cards. Yeah. It doesn't matter who's doing it.
Here we go. No.
No. Yeah.
So what do I do now?
You could order another one, or you could order the same one to exhort.
Exalt is what?
Exhort is 1 point, and you get 1 extra card on the same squad. You could order another squad to do the same thing, and you'll get two draws.
Okay, let's
order a second squad to do the splitting.
just trying to find. Is that my one there? That's my one there. So I'll go down to 1. Oh, not everybody. Down to 1. There we go. And 2 cards. Rally.
Nope. Yes.
I see how.
Very good.
This is
I'm very impressed by this.
thanks. This is
You
turning.
want the little target symbol. You want the target, yeah.
Yes, that potential contact marker goes away. Unfortunately, you're all firing the other direction. So they spotted them, but there's still all these guys that they're firing at. So if you want somebody to
We
fire
can't
at him,
change our primary direction.
you can, but you have to order them. So you have to order a unit to shift fire.
And that's one of those things, isn't it? One of those pyrotechnic things.
Well, there is. I do have a pyrotechnic programmed, but you can just order a unit to shift fire. You can go, you guys shoot over there instead.
Yeah.
Uses a command point to do it, though, of course.
I've only got, not having to. I haven't got any command points left. I've got 1 left.
You've got 1 left, so it's up to you.
Doesn't he need to clear off so I can land?
Oh,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
You need to platoon move the hell out of there.
I've got to move. I'm going to have to move into somewhere like the mangrove swamp, or maybe,
The mangrove swamp would be good because it's a +3.
yeah. So I'll move then. Sorry. Yes, thanks for reminding me. Use my last command, Dubry, to move a squad out, or move the third squad out into the mangrove swamp. That's right, isn't it?
Okay, and he's exposed.
Yes. Hold on.
I've done it for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This is where the world comes crashing down on us.
I
Yes.
tried to help. I couldn't.
Well, you did. I
Yeah.
mean, you spotted the guy, but everybody's busy.
Yeah, but I couldn't do
You
anything.
help us.
Okay.
Doesn't help our guy.
So that's the 2 platoons. We've got the XO and the first sergeant, which get a command each. Now
The third platoon yet?
is the XO around? He is. So he can now order individual units to do things as
you
well.
forgot.
Well,
Don't
what?
hey. Don't I get
Oh yeah, sorry.
I get to draw for,
You do.
but
You
now it's only to save. Yeah, it would be only to save.
Can I
Did I
just
get-
say? Can I just say? I can see why this is a solitaire game.
Mm-hmm.
do. Yeah, I mean, yes. It wasn't
No,
built for
because
co-op.
everybody's dead.
But I suppose you can see whatever what other people's platoons are doing while you're waiting. But
No.
yeah,
We don't argue with yourself, do you?
I do all the time.
No, I'm good. I did not get anything, so
Didn't get any commands to. Oh my gosh.
nope. Because I got a 1 and I'm a green, so I'm a 0.
Modifiers. John's going on about spotting modifiers. What are they?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. They
Well, it's only no. See, here's the thing. I don't think anything would have brought it down.
yeah,
other
it would
than
be. It
1.
would have been 1 card, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, it would no. They're undercover. That would have brought it down, and they're also veteran, which would have brought it down as well. So it would have been minus 2 cards.
No, it'd only be
but-
1 though, because spotting is 2, minimum of 1.
Yeah, that's right. So it's always 1
So,
card. You always get a 1
yeah.
card. So we might not have spotted that last one. That's true. Thanks, John, for that.
Well, we'll know.
So-
We'll know next time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yep.
John.
So thanks. Yeah, that's
Nice.
true. Yeah, I forgot about those. Right.
think
So
that-
Tony, you've done your bit. So we're now on to general.
Yeah.
So no, so we're on to the XO and the first sergeant. So I think I'll get the XO to try and shift people as well out the way. So he's got three commands. So I'm going to order the 2 second platoon squads to get out of the way. Move on to the mangrove swamp.
Okay, I'll do that. Mangrove, and they will be.
That's 2
Fine.
commands. And I will ask 1W2. So it's the weapons
fine.
team.
Yeah.
I'll order him to shift fire. So therefore he'll start firing on the rubber plantation.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to get going. I gotta go cook some dinner. So
Yeah,
you guys can just run without me. Yeah.
okay. If you're sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I'm already done. So all you have to do is land me. So
Okay. Fair enough. We'll do that. Okay. Mate.
okay. Well, thanks a lot.
Tony.
Yeah, no problem. And then we can finish it later on and keep
Yep.
going with it. But I definitely picked up a lot of the stuff I was confused about. So
Yeah, you get
Thanks
the,
a lot,
you
I
get the
appreciate
rhythm.
it.
You need to get the rhythm
Yep.
of the game. Yeah, that's that gets you
yep,
there.
definitely.
Cool.
Okay,
Cheers,
talk
Tony.
to you later.
Thanks.
It's fine.
Bye.
See ya.
We'll be going 2 hours 20 minutes. So
Yeah. Yeah, we
Maybe
can we can hold it there. Let's just do the general initiative.
I would say go all the way through the turn. Stop at the end of the turn.
if you're sure. Yeah. You okay to do that?
Stop in the middle of the turn, do you?
Well, I mean, you can do. But I just need to readjust our cameras because Tony's left, so everything's gone a bit screwy. So just bear with me if you wouldn't mind.
yeah, that's. Yes, I have forgotten how good this game is. There's so much to it, though. Hopefully, with the new sort of PDF coming out, that will be wonderful.
Yeah, actually do it. Fine. So back as we were. Sorry about that. Just needed to adjust things on the screen.
You guys call them whenever you want. I just thought it'd be easier.
Okay, let's keep going. I'm all right. I'm good to keep going. Good. All right. General initiative then. We have 2.
We're almost halfway through the turn.
We are, dear. We're just at the end of the command phase. Yeah. So.
Oh, so we're down at the bottom here. So we just got to do this side. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 general initiative. Oh, we need to place the PDF marker, don't we? I forgot to do that. Claim that.
Oh, I've just seen what Mike has said. This is a very dangerous thing to do, or put all 3 platoons on one card.
It is.
You didn't tell me that.
Well, you need to get things out of the way, but it reduces the number of potential contact markers you do. So I don't know. There's certain swings and roundabouts to it.
Yeah.
But normally you wouldn't do that, no. But this initial landing zone thing.
Really get out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and we've got.
Yeah, it kind of almost forces us because otherwise the other guys just sit in the helicopters waiting for you to move.
You could move to different cards, but usually if you get to the nicest card, I don't know. There's.
I didn't realise that Mike's been commenting in the little box we've got at the top.
He has,
there.
the little blue that's coming.
I know. I didn't realise that. So I've just seen it.
Yeah, sure.
A little box. What little box?
The
the
log.
middle where it's
the log.
done.
Oh, the long?
Hello. Ah.
Oh
sorry.
yeah, you're still there. Yeah.
Yeah, I dropped off for a second. Sorry about that. Mike can take over as CO. I'm standing in, and I'll slink off back to 4th platoon. Okay, so we got 2 orders here. What do we reckon here? Hello.
He's back.
Oh, well,
Yeah, you're back
I keep bouncing.
Oh.
Sorry about this.
As your elastic band broke.
Yes, I need to wind it up again.
He's going, he's leaving. What happened?
Yeah, I know. 2 initiative. I'm still trying to spend.
Right.
Okay. What could we do?
I don't know what's
we
the
could do
matter.
some. Ralph, you can do some attempt to seek cover over in the mangrove swamp. It's probably a good idea. For 2 units.
But who can order them to do that?
It's general initiative. General initiative, so
Oh.
they just do it on their own. We've got 2 command points to spend anyway.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
Oh, I don't draw a card.
Why not?
I do. Yes.
Yeah, 2 cards for cover.
2. Oh right. I
So
gotcha.
pick a unit. It's going to use 1
Hold on.
point of the general initiative and do
Hold on. Where do I get my points from?
the general initiative card I produced. It had a 2 on, so
right.
that's like free
Gotcha.
initiative that we can
You drew.
put
Yeah.
anywhere.
You drew.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. 2 cards. Rally.
Yeah.
No. No.
You're looking for cover.
Yeah. No.
Okay. So one of the other squads could do it as well for the second general initiative point.
Here we go then. Yes, but I'll draw another card. Get a rally. So,
I'm not getting anything on my action card screen. Let's close it down and bring it back again.
Ralph, I'll make a copy of my cover. You can just put it on top of your guys.
okay, thank you. I'll get rid of that exposed, can't I?
That's interesting. I'm not seeing the actual.
Oh, you
deck,
keep
deck
the
cards coming
exposed until the end of the turn.
up. They will do, yeah.
You-
But they
Oh,
put
you're
a,
Still
you put a
exposed, but
cover
you
marker
count
on
the
top.
cover.
Oh, hold on, I get you. Place exposed. Right, gotcha. Right, there we go. Thank you. Right.
Okay, that's general initiative. So we're on to the enemy HQ. So we pull a card, see if there's an HQ that comes up. Somebody want to do that? I think my action card thing is playing up because I'm not seeing any changes.
Well, we go. Oh, we've got one.
Did you get one? Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
showing. I'm not showing any change on my action deck. I don't know why. Bit
Oh,
weird.
yeah, it's flying up like mine
Oh,
froze.
hang on. I know. When I blipped, I was in the. Hang on. Sorry, I dropped off the game.
Ah,
That's
right.
it. Sorry, yeah. So I was just
Okay.
I was just seeing a static version of the game. Where were we? Okay, right. So so you got an HQ symbol. Okay, so so it's the enemy higher HQ events. That's in the enemy information page on the mission, and it's a randomizer for 10. Somebody want to pull a card for 10?
Oh, no.
Hey, Rev.
Just
Yeah.
where the potential market contact.
Oh, sorry,
Tables are.
sorry.
You got it?
Yep. 10.
Yeah, for 10. So that was
Two.
a 2. A 2 is displace mortars. Remove any on-map mortars on cards with no US troops. There aren't any mortars, so we ignore it. Okay, so that's no effect, effectively. Good, okay. So the next thing we do, looking at sequence of play, is the enemy activity check segment. Now we get to work out what these enemy on the board are going to do. So so there are a couple of things that affect this. Okay, so if we look at the mission details, the enemy information mission details, it'll have a hierarchy and a tactics entry, and currently they are, so it's the same page as the HQ event. The hierarchy is defensive and the tactics are delay.
Yep.
Okay, so we look at the tab on the play aids called enemy activity hierarchy. Okay, and we look at, it's the defensive activity we look at, because that is the hierarchy, and then we look at the tactics, which is delay. So that's the first column. You all see that?
No, because we've got a delay, haven't we?
You should be pulling it up on your screen. Enemy and activity hierarchy.
I
Yep.
can see it now, but I'm about 5 seconds behind real time. So go, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Trying to find
what
it.
you need to do is from the top of that list all the way down, you need to look at the statuses that it mentions, and you stop at the first one which applies to the particular unit, and then you've got a little table which tells you what to do. Okay, however, we need to work out who we do first, so we randomize on the units as well. Okay, so if we look back at the board, we've got our weapons team in the rice paddy, we've got the squad in the rubber plantation, and then we've got the RPG and the VC on the in the elephant grass.
3.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 items. If we go, we run, north to south, top to bottom,
2.
with the squad being number 4. Yeah, and do a randomized thing on that.
All right.
Yeah. So I'll just pull a card. And
Okay.
on 4, it's number 4. So it's the squad in the elephant grass first. So let's have a look. On the same card as a US unit? No, it's not. On the same card as a US unit? No, it's not. So we ignore the first 2. Is it an A with a tripod, a G exclamation mark, or HVF unit? No, it's not. It's an S. Yeah? Following this?
I am.
Yeah.
About 8 seconds behind you, but
Yeah.
yes, we're following you. Yeah.
Yeah. Not under fire. It is under fire. Not under fire. It is under fire. So you keep going. Under fire, but not under cover. No, it's under cover. Under
Yeah.
fire from a different direction than its own PDF. Yes. Because it's firing into the village and it's being fired at from the mangrove swamp. So we look under the first column, which is delay, because that's the tactics, and we've got it says 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, or 5, 5. So that's a randomizer on 5 that we draw to find out what it's going to do. Okay.
Yep.
So let's do that randomizer card. And under 5, it's going to do number 2. Number 2 is
cover.
So 2 out of 5 under 5 from a different direction than its own PDF. It is going to grenade attack, but then it's got in brackets concentrate fire. Now grenade attacks, unless they're rifle grenades or other things that effectively do grenades, is only on the same card. So there's no enemy on the same card, so it won't do a grenade attack. However, it will do a concentrate fire. So concentrate fire is an order we could have used, but we didn't really have the orders to do this. It's an ability to get an extra -1 on a target card in a turn for 1 turn. Okay, so concentrate fire, you actually draw cards, so it's like an order. We can do it as well, plus or minus for veteran and green, and we're looking at that same crosshairs, and if that succeeds, we put on a concentrate fire marker, which is an extra -1 onto the target. Just checking I think it's a base of 2 cards. I think concentrate fire. It's a combat action. Yeah, is draw of 2 plus or minus. These guys are veterans, so it's 3 cards we draw. So, Jester, it's your target in the village. So, do you want to draw the cards?
2, 3. No cross targets.
Okay, so it's a failure to do concentrate fire, but that's what he did. He tried to do a concentrate fire. So that guy's done. That's his activity for the turn. We then do another randomizer to see who else we look for, and we've now got 3, and we're looking at number 3. So this is the RPG guy. Okay, the RPG guy, I just have to look up. So there may be some special stuff for him. Enemy.
I would say under fire, a different direction than his own PDF.
Yeah.
What are we looking at here?
Yeah, I'm just looking at what we do with the RPG guy. I want to see if there's something special about him. Mike, you might be able to help on this. Sorry.
And where are you looking for?
Just in the rulebook.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
To see if he has any special rules, like
Abilities and things.
he would shoot his RPG at us or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because also RPGs could be used against the helicopters as well. They can be fired.
I'll tell you.
Use it on a grenade attack. That's probably right. Yeah. Okay. So we run under the same thing. We get to the same table on the hierarchy table for his actions. So we then pull the card again and see what it does. So let's do that. We got to reshuffle. So let's reshuffle.
I think you have to do the action first before you reshuffle.
Do you?
I
always get this wrong. Every time I think it's the way
doing shuffle. Yeah, I think.
Oh well. I can't remember. Every time I look that up, it's always the opposite of what I think. Okay. Anyway, let's carry on. It's where are we on a 5? He does number 5. Number 5 is a fall back.
Fall back.
Okay.
He falls back.
That's good.
That's going to help us because he'll be exposed now, right?
he will. And where is he going? So falling back.
You go to the elephant grass.
He will move to the 3 cards to the rear. The first priority for the fallback is a card that's out of LOS of any US units. So that would likely be the flipped card, the card that's unflipped.
Yeah,
so
the
if
one
you move
behind
to
him,
any
yeah?
of the, it would be that one, because anywhere else, although the elephant grass would be okay.
Elephant grass, he can't be seen there either.
He can't be seen there at the moment. Next priority is the card with the highest terrain value. The one.
Under, we don't know.
Yeah, we determine it randomly, either the elephant grass or or the other card. So that's on a top to bottom, 1 or a 2. It's 1, so it's the elephant grass. He falls back to the elephant grass. Oh, that's not him. That's him. And he's exposed. Okay, that's what he did for the turn. Then we've got the other 2, so 1 or a 2 randomised is number 2. Number 2 from top down would be the squad in the rubber plantation. I think he's on the same table. He's being fired from a different direction. So we randomise again. And under 5, we get a 3. Under 3, shift PDF to incoming direction of incoming fire. So that PDF is removed. And this one is... can we flip it? That's right, yeah. So the PDF is going both ways now. Yeah. And he has... It's close, so it's automatic. So we'll just clone the automatic weapon. Oops, no, I didn't mean to do that. Clone that automatic weapons and place it here. So the LZ is now being fired upon.
Right.
That's not good.
Ooh.
With automatic weapons. Okay. And finally, we've got the other weapons team there. He's not being fired at all. So not under fire, but has opened fire. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 statuses down, yeah?
Yeah, place the P. Yeah.
Which is a randomization of 3. So let's do that. And under 3 we get 2. 2 out of 3 is no action. Well, no action means that he doesn't change what he's doing. So he will continue to fire into the village. All right.
Yep.
And that's the enemy activity done. We've gone through each of their units and decided what they're doing. So we move on to the sequence of play. We have the next one is the mutual vehicle aircraft phase. Although let's have a quick look at the retreat for our paralysed.
Mike's just put, I believe all BC squads have 2 inherent RPG rounds.
Yeah, they do.
That,
yeah, that's true. I should add that on there. But yes, I do know that. Yeah.
I'm only saying that in case you missed it. Right, sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't give you an option of adding ammunition to these guys, but okay, we can add an ammo from somewhere. Vietnam. Yeah, it's these. It's one of these. Okay, so we've got the mutual capture retreat phase. Now, this may affect the paralysed team.
Yeah.
The third step of that is retreat any non-pinned, non-captured paralysed team. He is pinned, though. So, therefore, he won't move. If he wasn't pinned, he'd run away. Well, run back to the landing zone, presumably. Yeah?
Yep.
So that doesn't happen. So we're on to the vehicle phase. Okay. Right. Now I need to. No, it's the RPG guy is out of range, so we just need to move our vehicles, move our helicopters now. So let's pull up the helicopter display.
There we go.
So Ruff's helicopters go to outbound. Jester's helicopters go back to the pickup zone. And Tony's,
and we can start loading guys up there again.
Tony's come back into the landing zone. So he's landed. There we've got 1, 2, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, we're just within stacking. So we're okay. Let's get those helicopters out of the way.
All right, so we should load up Ruff. You want to bring your guys down here with me?
Where?
Well, we got
in the pickup zone.
Yeah, well, we got the heavy lifters, although we're under fire at the moment. It's probably not a good idea to bring a heavy lifter in. And you don't need to take the full stick as well if it's let's put everybody in the pickup zone that could come in. So we've got the forward observers, we've got 4th platoon,
And we've also got the support
and
weapons.
the weapons teams. Okay.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Got 12.
7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, we have
Yeah,
12.
so a heavy lifter takes 12, or the whole stick of UH1s take 12. So
Guess we're all jumping on the bus, right?
yeah, looks like it.
On the show.
Yeah, that takes everybody. So, of course, these the stick of UH1s have only just arrived, so they're not going to move again. But we could use a heavy lifter to take off now with for one. I think that's what we should do with the assault plan. So we
The big boys.
yeah, the big boys, and then move.
All right, let's do
Move
that
whole
then.
stack to inbound.
Right.
Okay. Just want to check the. Yeah, we don't. Sorry, you don't need to. I keep wanting to check that RPG guy, but he's moved away. That's it. That's
Okay.
all we need to.
Cool.
We need to mark all these guys as. What's happened here?
Here's the counter for the RPG. Look, can you see it flashing?
Yeah, I've already got it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need it. Just need to mark these guys exposed. I'll just do the top mark for Tony's guys. Cool. All right. So then once we've done the vehicle aircraft phase, we update any fire missions. There aren't any. Evaluate any potential contact markers.
Yes.
So now I believe our contact, our status has moved. So I believe we are now on engaged, because they're firing not only on the village, but they're also firing on the landing zone. That's 2 cards. So our status needs updating. Current activity is now engaged. So that's a different table for resolving PC markers. That's a bit better
Right.
for us. Okay. So how many potential contact markers do we have to deal with? Just the one, I think.
I've got one on the
The mangrove swan.
mangrove.
Yeah, so
Swan.
let's flip him over. He's an A. Of course he
Oh,
bloody
great.
is.
Where is this? Oh, over there on the mangrove.
Yeah,
Oh,
and rough.
Yeah.
So a potential contact of A, when we're in an engaged activity level, is 5 cards. So we're looking to draw 5 cards, and we don't want the word contact.
Hold on.
Off you go.
Ready?
Ruff. Yeah.
Yeah. Ali,
2,
Hank,
3,
Ali,
4.
Ooh,
Ali.
Oh,
yes.
lovely. Well done.
Nothing.
So
Oh
that,
my
that
God.
contact
that-
marker is removed. and we got away with it.
Yeah, lovely.
Cool. All right. So that's our evaluating potential contact markers done. Now we're on to the bad stuff, combat effects. So do we want to go first or do they want to go? It's simultaneous, so it doesn't really matter. But
That doesn't matter, yeah.
yeah, so let's do them first. So we have let's do the elephant grass. So we currently have automatic weapons and crossfire onto that card. It's a +1 card for the elephant grass. The squad has +1 for foxholes, so it's +2. And then -1 for automatic weapons and -1 for crossfire. So we're on a 0.
On a 0.
So you draw a card per target, per counter. So we only draw one because it's a squad on his own. All right. So either one, both of you are firing at him. So you decide amongst your others who's having a go.
Yeah.
And we're on a 0.
Oh, I'll do it.
Oh, I already did it. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't see it click over.
Okay. So you got a 0, which is a pin. So all we do is we place a pinned marker on the unit. So we've pinned him down. That will change his VOF, but not at the moment because it's simultaneous.
Yeah,
Right. Should we do the village next? The village with the paralysed marker.
Yeah.
So
Huh?
the village is +2. He's also pinned, which actually has a little +1 in the corner. So +3. He is suffering automatic weapons, and we will reduce the ammo of the weapons team, the VC weapons team, by 1. And so that's +3 -2, so it's on a +1. He's at. Jester,
Yep.
do you want to do that? It's your guy.
Okay, yep. All right, +1. Miss.
It's a miss. Now, a miss means not a pin, so he's no longer pinned. Okay.
Okay.
He's still paralysed, but he's no longer pinned. Right.
Wrong one. Sorry. I clicked on the wrong one.
So let's do the rubber plantation then.
Right.
Yeah. So
Oh, Ralph, you can do this now, buddy.
Yeah.
and so we need to reduce the automatic weapons ammo for everybody, for the weapons teams. Now,
Are we doing the rubber plantation sort of northeast of the village?
just north of the village.
Just north of the LZ.
North is the rice paddy.
No. The
No,
landing zone.
no.
North of the landing zone.
Oh,
Village.
Sorry. Right. Yep,
Yeah,
gotcha.
landing
Right.
zone, yeah. Rubber plantation, yeah.
That's the landing zone. Of course it
Yeah.
isn't, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
There's a big
So
LZ in the middle.
I know. You know me.
So we have +2 for rubber plantation, +1 for the foxholes, -1 for automatic weapons. So he's on a +2. Not a good table. Draw for that.
+2. Right.
Oh,
Just one
Ralph.
card. Here we go.
Miss.
Miss.
Nothing. Okay, so Rough and Jester, you need to click down the ammo on your weapons teams in the landing zone. They would have used
All right.
an ammo.
All right. So that would be ammo minus control and the minus key. Okay.
Yep. Great.
Wait, hold on. It's a right click to get up what?
Right click to get
Click
menu
on it.
Oh, I see.
and ammo minus.
Ammo minus. Are we
Yeah.
down to 5 then?
Great.
So we don't actually have a PDF marker.
Actually, we've made a slight
yeah, we do.
mistake here.
Sorry.
We've made a slight mistake here because I forgot your guys in the mangrove swamp. They will be firing as well. So actually, there's another PDF.
Oh, yeah.
there will be a PDF in this direction. And that would be a crossfire as well. So let's just check the crossfire. That would be an extra -1. So it was +2 for the roll plantation, +1 for foxholes, and -2. That would be a +1. +1 on that card is pin. So you actually have pinned that squad. You follow me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that squad there, yeah.
Yeah. So I've already placed one, but don't. I'll get rid of mine.
Oh,
There you
all
go.
right.
That's all right. Done. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I forgot to place that marker. Great. Okay. And now the bad news. So it's the PDF coming in from. So it's automatic weapons coming into the landing zone. Now we have to pull a card for every single unit on that card.
Are they all each one individually?
Yep. So I'll draw for Tony, shall I? Because they're all exposed.
Yep. I'm not. Yep.
So I'm going to start with the company first sergeant, and we are +2 for the village. Yeah, +2 for the village, -1 for automatic weapons, -2 for exposed. So he's on -1. Company first sergeant -1 is a hit. And the damage is he's veteran. He's a fire team. So effectively, he loses his command capability. You flip him over. Yeah, he's not ordering anybody around for the moment. He turns into a fire team, but he can be rallied. Next, we've got 3rd Platoon HQ on a -1.
Yep.
-1 is a hit.
Oh, good.
And he is green.
It's casualty, isn't it?
It's a C, which is a casualty. That's really not good. So I'm doing this on Tony's stuff.
Wow, you just destroyed Tony's whole thing. Wow.
His HQ has become a casualty. He just got out of the aircraft and just got leathered by a load of automatic weapons, some AK-47 fire. So what we then do is we put in USA. We put in a casualty marker. Now, casualty markers are out of the game, of course, but they do have their uses for experience. So there's the ability to actually recover that casualty in the game. And to do this, you will need to designate what's known as a medevac landing zone. So medical helicopters will come to take that casualty away, and you can get experience points for doing it, and VPs, depending on the mission. However, let's go back to where we were. We're on to 1st Platoon.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're drawing these cards.
I know Tony will kill me here.
Well,
so -1 is a pin. So that guy is pinned. Second squad. -1 is a pin, so he's also pinned.
It could be worse.
Absolutely, pin is great. Third squad. -1 is a hit, and third squad is green, so we have a P. So what this means is that we take the squad, we flip him over, so he loses a step, and then we place a paralyzed marker as well.
Oh my god.
Okay. So one of his steps became paralyzed. And then, of course, they're pinned as well. So we'll put them all under pinned markers here. That's what we've done here. So over to you two to have your
I don't want
just desserts. You don't want to.
I don't.
And Ruff doesn't like this game anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this game.
I'll go ahead and do for my line, that machine gun team or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, whichever one you want to do. Yeah, that's all you've got.
I only
there,
have
isn't
one
it?
there. I only have
Yeah.
one there.
Yeah, okay, so you do that.
Okay.
So
So
you
what's
are on
calculated?
+2, -1. You're on +1. So +2 for the village,
One.
-1 for the automatic weapons.
The pin.
You're pinned. So put a pin marker on.
Pin. Place pin marker. There we go.
Ruff, you want
I
to do
didn't
yours?
die.
Is it me?
Yep. You want to do yours?
So it's the guys that are firing. I haven't got anybody in the landing zone, have I? It's just
Have you
You
got
got
a whole bunch.
platoon HQ
You got your-
and your weapons
You
team?
got your headquarters. You got your weapon team.
so the company. That's you. The company. That's been.
Yeah,
Have these been done?
No, not yet. I'm getting on to those. That's the
Okay.
really bad news. If the see how it goes.
Let's just check. I'm the blue one, aren't I? So I've got my weapons team here. So that's coming in. They're firing. That's a minus. That's -1. That's a +1. Is that it?
And you have your
Yeah, you're on
headquarters
+1.
there.
Yeah, that's right. +2 for village, -1 for automatic
Alright.
weapons.
It's
Right.
looks like a pin. Is that what you rolled, the pin?
No, hold on. I haven't done it yet. Here we go. +1 hit,
Okay,
Oh,
another
geez.
card for result.
and they are
Green.
live
I
casualty.
Sorry, what were you doing? The HQ or the weapons team?
Weapons team.
Weapons team, yeah. So he's a casualty. So you remove that and place another. I'll put a casualty marker on,
Do that for me.
and yeah,
Wonderful.
and remove that.
Brother.
I can't remove that.
Just put him. If you put him back on the. Where was it? The veterans units window. Put him back there is probably the best thing. I'll do the same that with Tony's HQ as well.
Sorry, where do you want me to put it?
The
Unit-
Vietnam units window. It's just here.
Oh, I got you right. Okay. There is a thing on the command display for eliminated units.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. On the command, that's true. There's a little box there. Yeah, you can do that, I suppose.
Let's put it there. Goodbye.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Got half our guys wiped out in 2 seconds here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now we've got the. Have you done your HQ yet?
No. Do I
Okay.
need to?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody gets fired on in that card.
So it's a +2, -1
One.
VOF coming in. So +1 again.
Yep.
Nothing else.
That's it.
+1. Right, here we go. Miss.
Miss.
There you go.
Okay.
right.
So I'm going to do the CO, who is on a +1. Cross your fingers, everybody.
Yeah.
Pinned. Phew.
Well, that could be worse. Yeah.
I'll deal with that. That's all right. And the EXO, not so critical, but still would be nice for him to get out away from it. On a +1 is a pin as well.
Right. Good.
Phew. I think we got away with that actually, even though we lost one HQ. And that was wow.
Yeah. It could have been
Okay.
a lot worse than what we had.
Indeed. Yeah. I think
Is that everything?
that shift fire was really significant.
Yeah.
From the squad.
One little thing like that that shifted the fire onto our LZ. Ooh,
Yeah.
that was
so,
brutal.
So we adjust PDF and VOF markers. So I don't believe we have a PDF from the village into the rubber plantation, because I think it was your weapons team that was firing up there.
You used a general order to switch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's no longer there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but there is automatic weapons coming, but the crossfire disappears. Okay. In the village, nothing has changed. In the landing zone, it's still automatic weapons. So, yeah. Are we still firing on the elephant plantation? Your weapons team is still firing, but it's pinned. So pinned is a different VOF to small arms or automatic weapons.
I got the mangrove. Oh, I see. Oh,
yeah. So, but coming out of there,
yeah.
it will be what's known as all pinned. Don't worry, we won't bother playing it, but we placing it. We keep the PDF marker going. In the mangrove swamp, nothing has changed. So everything in the elephant grass stays the same. I think that's all we need to do. I think that's the only changes we have there. Okay. And now we do a cleanup, and that's the turn. There we go.
Yeah.
And that's turn 3.
Oh,
It's quite a bit tasty, isn't it?
Yeah, crikey.
See how things can escalate?
Tony got brutalized there.
Absolutely.
Was his headquarters that got killed? Wow. And 2 pin squads.
Yeah. The pinning you can get away with. Pinning is... Because it actually improves your capability to survive pinning. So that's not so bad. But yeah, that's what's known as a hot landing zone, a hot LZ there now.
Yeah, so, that's for sure.
But we could build another landing zone, but where the hell would it be?
Where else?
Yeah, that can't be in the mangrove swamps. And we're certainly not going to be in the village on top of the hill.
No.
So I don't think,
But Tony losing his HP, he can only rely on...
Wouldn't we also see over on the right-hand side, because Ruff's units are there, wouldn't we see a couple of this...
Oh, yeah, true. That's good. Yeah, good point. Yeah,
cards?
we should be able to flip. That's jungle, even worse. And this one here we would see brush.
Okay.
Brush is okay for a landing zone. Or elephant grass, but yeah, I mean, not anything we occupy at the moment. So at the moment we have cleared 2 cards. 2 cards.
Good 12.
2 mangrove swamps. We've done 2. Yeah. So we've got a long way to go, and we've already done 3 turns.
Sorry, Tony's had his HQ eliminated, yeah?
Yes.
So he can only use initiative segments to move his stuff.
Right. So what you can do?
Right?
Yes. That's not. Yeah. Yes, that is yes.
Right. That's all I wanted to ask.
Now you can reconstitute a platoon HQ.
Oh.
Effectively, what you do is you promote people from the platoon. Okay.
Right.
So you get a good order unit from the platoon, and you say you're in charge. You're a second in whatever. Blah blah blah. This is the platoon. You convert one of their steps into the platoon HQ. And it goes without saying they'll be green, but that's an order that the CO has to do, or the staff. The staff could do that as well. The XO or the first sergeant could do that as well.
Sense if they haven't got a HQ, yeah.
So you have to build it again.
Well, I just got the call for dinner. I want to thank you for teaching us. Hopefully we can pick this up next week, or
sure, yeah.
Brilliant.
Whenever we can schedule it with everyone. So
yeah, and hope everybody's enjoyed it in the chat. But yeah, we'll close it there. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.
Don't forget to save it.
Yeah, I'm saving it.
Good idea. Right, great guys. Ruff, good job.
Yeah,
Tony is not very good at this game because he got all of his guys killed.
He'll be fine. He'll promote within the ranks.
Yeah. He was green anyway, so fine. Well, thanks everybody.
Finishing this up.
Yeah, thanks everybody for sticking with us through the whole thing, and you can see the complete lack of command capability of the US Army here when controlled by us. But yeah, hopefully this gives you an insight about Fields of Fire. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time for continuing into turn 4. And until then, bye for now.